Ed Sheeran, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Hey.
Okay, wait. I was going to ask you, a musician never is sitting in the seat at 9 a.m. Like, I've never had a musician.
Really?
Is that the coffee?
There we go.
Bring in the coffee.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm honestly an early riser. Like, I'm an
Really?
early riser and an early bedtimer, but I'd have two very young girls at home. So, like, I'm up at 5:30 every morning.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah. I was up at about 6:30 this morning.
And what time did you go to bed?
3:30.
Oh, wow. So you could get, like, do you get a little, like, loopy? Like, are you going to get, like, weird funny? Or are you going to, like, fall asleep on me?
Honestly, I have no idea where my body is at the moment. We've been in India, China, and then UK for a bit, and then now in America. So my body is all over the shop at the moment.
Wait, you were in Boston?
We're in Boston last night, yeah.
That is one of my favorite places ever. I went to college there. So
Yeah.
Boston to me is
what
like
college did you go to?
Boston University.
Amazing.
I spent many nights on bar floors and club floors. And
So where are you originally from?
Pennsylvania.
Amazing.
And then I went to school in Boston, and I remember being in Boston and be like, this is the greatest fucking place. These bars are
Yeah.
epic. The people are epic. Like, everyone just goes so fucking hard.
It definitely feels European. It
Yeah.
definitely has like a vibe about it that every time I've gone to Boston, like it's always been the first place for me, like the first biggest theatre I played, then the first arena I played here, and then the first stadium. And it's always been, but I guess there's something to do with the Irish heritage, I guess, that. Yeah, but I love Boston. Last night was fun. It was obviously St. Patrick's Day, and I flew the folk band that played with me on Galway Girl. I flew them over, and they learned all my songs, and we basically did a trad jam it was like a set, but it was like with an Irish trad band.
And was that where you were like running on top of the bar singing?
No, that was in Nashville.
Oh, you've been like getting after it.
Yeah, I've been around. This whole entering into this album campaign, I was just like, I don't want to do anything that I've done before. And for me, all of that sort of stuff is so fun. It like way more fun than like organizing a like proper gig that's ticketed and blah, blah, blah. If you just turn up somewhere and play, you still play the gig, but it's just chaotic and fun.
That's fun though, that you're at a place in your career where you're even interested in doing those type of things. Cause I feel like the bigger people get, they're like, no, I don't need to go do random shit like that.
Oh no, I feel like that's when you actually connect with people. I find it so fun. I like the balance of having all of it. Like even when I was on tour in the States last time, but I was doing a theatre on a Friday and then a stadium on a Saturday, and I loved the juxtaposition of the two. And I think being a performer, no matter what you do in life, if you do the same thing all the time, eventually it's going to get tiresome, even if it's playing a stadium show the whole time, which is obviously like a really, really amazing thing to do. But I talk to people about it and they ask about doing these pop-up shows to 20, 30 people. I'm like, you wouldn't eat a burger, breakfast, lunch and dinner every single day. No, so it's nice having
little mix up. We're switching
it up. I love it, yeah.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Tinder. Have you ever seen someone on Tinder that really stands out to you? Like, oh my gosh, this person is such a catch. Now with Tinder's first impressions, you can send a message to help stand out before you match. Try debating their hottest take, bonding over their weirdly specific obsessions, or hit them with a joke that they absolutely have to respond to. Try Tinder's first impressions feature and explore all of the possibilities for yourself. Tinder, it starts with a swipe. Download Tinder today. Okay, I want to get your take on some very American things as a Brit. Okay. Rodeos.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
Do you know what I like is culture, and I feel like a rodeo is culture. I like going to countries and feeling like that's what I lived in. I lived in Nashville for a couple of years. I lived in New York for a year. I've lived in LA, like on and off, and doing things that are so specifically American. If that makes sense. Like you go to, whenever I travel the world, I'll try and do things that feel cultural. And I feel like going to a baseball game and having a hot dog feels, for me as a Brit, I'm like, this feels American. I think like a rodeo is that for me. Like getting into the swing of that would be fun. Like I spoke to my promoter and I was like, do they do tours of rodeos? Because I'd love to just tour rodeos. Even if it's like for 4 weeks, just do it.
Okay, you living in Nashville at that time or any time, have you ever considered doing a country album?
I think I guess so. But from living in Nashville, you can't just like dip your toe in. If I'm going to do it, I have to do it. And then that's it.
Wait, do you have like a good twang? Like, could you pull it off?
I feel because my heritage is sort of Anglo-Irish and I grew up with trad music in my household, I think it would have to be a little twinge of that. I think I'd have to bring Irish trad music into country because it's all it's the same instruments anyway. But so I wouldn't have a twang. But I've made country songs in the past. They've just never come out. I feel like I have to do it properly. And I think when you transition to country, you can't transition back. Once you're there, you're there.
So maybe you'll do it like your later phase of life.
100%. Nashville's like my favorite city in the States. And it's always been like my end goal would be like, I'm going to move to Nashville and transition to country. But I think you just have to do it properly. It's like it's a genre you have to really respect. And it's not just dip in and out.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay. The Super Bowl.
I like it.
Have you ever been asked to do the Super Bowl?
There was a conversation about 10 years ago to go on with someone, and I think that would be the only way that I would do it at the moment. I don't think, I've had this conversation before, I don't think English artists are like, I mean, there are some that have the pizzazz of Super Bowl, fireworks, dances, blah, blah, blah. But me going up there and being like, here's the A-team and here's perfect. I just, like, no one wants to see that. Whereas if there was a show with a lot of that, like, say, like, if it was Beyonce's show and she had all the kind of bells and whistles and then there was a moment where we sung perfect together, that makes sense to me. But me, I don't know, I can't picture myself doing it. Can you picture me doing it?
As you're talking, I'm trying to picture it.
Yeah.
What if it's like a spotlight and
for 15 minutes, though, you know? I would definitely go on and do it with someone. I think, yeah, just to do the Super Bowl, but I don't think my set lends itself to that. I don't know. I just, like, you got horses for courses. You got to do what, like, suits you.
Don't get it twisted. I really appreciate the self-awareness. Like, most people would be like, call me whenever and put me in. You're like, I don't know if I've got that side of the things where I'm like going out in outfit changes.
I think I could nail one song. I think I could, if someone brings me on, I think I could do it really well for one song. But I can't. Just the catalog that I have doesn't really lend itself. Have you seen me play as well? Because it's with a loop pedal and you have to build the things. It doesn't really lend itself to the Super Bowl. Hey, hang on, guys. I just got to set this up for 2 minutes. It doesn't really.
And also, like you saying, like, and I come out and I'm singing like A-Team, like everyone just starts sobbing in the audience and is like getting in their feels. And then
they just go and get a beer. This is so comfy here.
Isn't this cozy?
So comfy.
I wanted you to feel like you can really you could take off your shoes. You don't have to take off your shoes, but some people take off their shoes.
They're very clean.
Okay, don't take off your shoes. Keep your shoes on. Ranch dressing.
I got really into ranch dressing when I lived in Nashville, and then I got really fat. So I've kind of like eased off the ranch dressing a bit. I'm more of a like balsamic vinegar boy.
Sorry, what?
Yeah.
A
balsamic vinegar? You've never had that?
Oh, balsamic.
Oh, right, yeah.
No.
I have this in restaurants where I say water, and they're like, what? Oh, water.
Wait. Say balsamic?
Balsamic.
Oh my God, I thought you said
Oh, balsamic.
No, I thought you said a ball sack. No, I thought you said a ball salmon. Then
right.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so you're into your balsamic vinaigrette.
Yeah.
Oh, healthy legend.
We have a cider where I'm from in Suffolk that's like, it's like the number one cider in the UK, and it's called Aspel's. And I was saying that to a friend, and he was like, "Y'all have a cider called Ass Balls?" You never see it.
It does sound like that. What is it?
Aspel's. It's like it's a cider. It's like you guys would call it hard cider.
What is your favorite thing to eat when you're here?
Chicken wings. But the chicken wings are like the size of my fist. And when you see the chicken wings in England, they're like, actual chicken wings. But they're quite like meager and, but here it's like you're literally eating steroids.
Because they're pumping them with all that shit, and then we're like eating it and acting like nothing's wrong.
Chicken wings.
Okay, the best American fast food chain in your opinion?
Five Guys. I think everywhere around the world, but I'd say when I'm in America, Whataburger in Texas. I think that burger bangs the most in terms of all the burgers that I've had. Whataburger bangs, but if it's an American fast food chain around the world, I'd usually go Five Guys. Or I fuck with KFC as well, man. I really like KFC. Yeah.
Wait, have you had In-N-Out?
Yes. I've had In-N-Out. I do like In-N-Out. But I feel like there needs to be a wide wide lens view on a fast food restaurant, and I don't think In-N-Out's chips bang. Sorry, their fries. I don't think they bang. Whereas KFC actually do the best fries. KFC fries bang.
What?
They bang.
You don't
think so?
I've never had their fries.
Oh, yeah.
I need to go.
And I think this about Burger King as well, because I've never really been keen on Burger King's burgers, but their fries are always good.
Oh, their fries are so fucking good.
But yeah, KFC fries, bucket. I actually, mate, both kids the night before we stayed at my manager's house, and both my children the night before we had a big family bucket. That was like our initiate. Big family bucket and a bottle of Dominus. You know, Dominus red wine from Napa.
Yeah.
Like really nice wine with a family bucket.
That is like so high-low. You're like eating KFC and then you're like drinking your nice wine. You're like, this is life.
Okay, how do we feel about Disneyland?
My kids like Disney. We went to Disneyland. They weren't like they just weren't fucking with it, and it was sort of like I wanted to sort of see them go wow, but they were just sort of like, I don't know. Yeah,
I think there is no one that's like, that was fine. It's either like, or I'm getting married there.
Yeah. Which I think is great. I think it's great. I think like I find anything in life, it has to be those extremities. That's what I feel about my music is I either have people that really hate me or really love me. There's no kind of like passive, it's, and I think that middle bit is what you have to avoid. That like, it's all right. Like you have to be like fanatical about something or like, I don't like that thing.
So you would rather someone be like, fuck Ed Sheeran rather than be like, he's all right.
Yeah, that's been my entire career. And that's how you have a fan base is people really ride for you or they really fucking want to take you down.
Why do you think people don't like you?
I don't know. I think that sometimes overexposure goes into it, like songs being on the radio too much. I think also I don't like necessarily fit the social norm of what a pop star should like look like or act like, and I don't know if that like rubs people up the wrong way that I do look like their brother who works at a pizza shop. I feel like people are like, why has that happened, and maybe that annoys them, and then you pair that with the overexposure. And
has anyone ever in the beginning days of your career tried to convince you like, wait, let's dress like this and cut your hair like this and do this?
Totally, yeah. And I think I've sort of like slipped into that as well, especially like because of the era that I came up in was, Justin Bieber was massive, One Direction were massive, and I think there was always part of me that goes, should I sort of look like that? And
what would that have looked like? What would we have done?
I don't look like that as a like. It's like dressing a mannequin that just doesn't need to be dressed like that, So I feel like I always have to stay true to like who I am, and also my fan base from the beginning started out kind of misfitty like me, and my gigs were just full of people that, it was like ripped jeans, baggy, Converse, big shirts. Rather than we're getting glammed up to go out to the gig. It might like have segued into that now that the gigs are bigger and people have got older, but I found being a misfit, I attracted misfits.
Yes, I do remember the like Tumblr era photos of you, and those were cool. Okay, I liked that side, but then I get what you're saying. Like I couldn't have seen you in like a purple leather get up with like a backwards hat and like yeah. I think it's good that you stayed.
Maybe when I'm up, maybe the Super Bowl, maybe that's when I debut it.
Oh my God, you're gonna come out at the Super Bowl. You're gonna have a full leather get up, and then the year after, you're gonna go right to country music, and you're gonna wear a cowboy hat for the rest of your career.
And actually, leather trousers, you could reuse them on both. Because being a cowboy, you got to have some leather there,
Do you own any leather trousers?
Yes. Yeah, because I dressed up as Edward Scissorhands for I do a Christmas party every year with my best friends. I'm dressed up as Edward Scissorhands, so I was like full leather.
How did that go?
I had to take off the jacket after about 10 minutes because I was like, I am hot. And bear in mind, this is December in England when it's freezing, and I was still roasting.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, leather trousers aren't. I don't fuck with them.
Okay. Can we talk about your home in England? You built a pub in your garden.
Yeah.
Explain how, why, what was the inspiration?
I think like there was a local pub that I would always go to, and I still do go to it, but you can never really let loose the way that you used to be able to as in my teenage years. You go to a pub to blow off steam. And I think it sort of turned into everyone always knew that I went to this place. So I don't know, you could never really get to the point where you're actually like blowing off steam and proper drunk, because you have to kind of keep an eye out on anything. Anything could happen. So there was a dilapidated barn on my land. So I was like, we could just turn it into a pub. So I bought an old pub off eBay, like the kind of the counter and the whatever.
Off of
fitted
eBay?
It was on eBay, yeah. It's on eBay. It was just an old pub that had sort of taken the sort of shelving and counter and stuff. And then I got all the plumbing, wiring, I don't really even know, the pipes put in. And it's sort of like, it's a room for memorabilia. I think Cherry was like, eventually there was so much shit in the house that actually just having it all in one place, like even just like meeting this football player and having a shirt signed and having it on the wall, like it's better having it there than in the bedroom,
Absolutely. She's like, take all of your shit
it's all
and put it in the pub.
It's basically, I have, because there's like a tunnel to it, and in the tunnel there's like, I built like a listening room, and there's a cinema, and that's kind of my, I'd say it's less of like a man cave and more of a man catacombs.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
Cherry's like, go and be gone and like do your thing.
Because I collect movie props too, so I've got like all of that there.
What is your favorite movie prop that you have?
I'm a huge Hook fan, so I bought Robin Williams' Pan costume and Rufio's sword, and then Julia Roberts' Tinkerbell costume. So probably those two.
How much? Above 6 figures?
No, not on those. Not on those. I have done on props before. Like I bought C-3PO that was not cheap.
Do you regret it?
No. I do it every birthday. I just buy one prop a year, and for my birthday, instead, like it's like the thing that I look forward to. I think all year, what am I going to get? There's always a movie prop auction around that time, and yeah, I choose one thing. And
is there anything out there that you're like, I've got my eye on this?
Yeah, because the auction's coming up. I'm trying to get the George Clooney Batman costume, because everyone doesn't like the Batman and Robin film, but that was my first Batman film that I saw, so I have a real like draw to that movie. I bought the Alicia Silverstone Batwoman costume from that, so it would be like a matching.
Wait, so are you going to these auctions?
It's online.
You're like an eBay guy, huh?
Yeah, but I spend a lot of time in hotel rooms. My main hobby outside of music is movies. That's like the only, I do music, and when I'm not doing music, because it's shows and studio, and I do that pretty much like 95% of the time when I'm not like doing home family stuff. And then if I've got spare moments, I watch movies. So those are like my two passions.
What are your top 3 movies?
Goodfellas, Cool Runnings, and this would be like, I don't know if everyone would see this, but I still watch it every single year. I think Love Actually is a masterpiece. Every single year I watch that, and every single year I'm not tired of it. And those 3 films I could watch anytime, any place. I'm reading Goodfellas again at the moment. That movie, just, I can't ever tire of it. Cool Runnings, I can't ever tire of it.
I've never seen Cool Runnings.
Oh, Cool Runnings it's a phenomenal film. It's really worth watching. It's kind of humorous, heartwarming. It's not like the Hollywood ending where I'm not going to ruin it for you, but it's like it's a really, really perfect movie.
Now I got to watch it. No spoilers. Okay, so we're going for the Batman costume.
Yeah. I'm glad this isn't going to come out within the next 2 weeks, is it?
Oh, because you want to make sure you get it?
I want to make sure I get it, yeah.
Can you give me a ballpark of how much you're willing to spend?
I would go up to 6 figures for it, I think.
Ed.
That's like history, though. It's history. It's like,
great.
Someone bought the red slippers, Dorothy's red slippers, but I think they spent like 25 mil on them.
Do you wish you had gotten those?
I have never seen The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, it's on my list, but as soon as I had kids, there were certain films that I was planning on seeing. I was like, I'll just wait to watch them with my kids. But yeah, I've never seen The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, get ready. It's a great one, but look at you. You're like ashamed.
I'm kind of ashamed about it, yeah.
You're allowed to say it. Yeah. No one can come for you. You are a movie person. You've been busy. You're watching other things. That hasn't been top priority. Does your pub have a name? Yeah,
it's called the Lancaster Lock. It's basically my mum's maiden name and my wife's mum's maiden name, because they both, I think I wanted to sort of immortalize their maiden names. I feel like even more getting married and having daughters, it's sort of like, I want to preserve. It's kind of weird, like the old tradition of taking names away and having names there. Our daughters have both of our last names, and I sort of wanted to preserve my mum's maiden name and my wife's mum's maiden name in something that was permanent.
That is like for women around the world listening, everyone's gonna be like, yeah, he's a really great guy. Because do you know how many men and their like toxic masculinity can't handle the concept of like, what do you mean you're not gonna take my last name? Or what do you mean you're not?
That's how I grew up though.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that I knew. Like my mum had my dad's name, and you know, I come from a very large Irish Catholic family. Sheeran was the name. And I think it wasn't until getting married and having daughters where your perception of it shifts. I think you have to like, you can't just be born and just believe things. You have to kind of experience and be brought over. And now I very, very much believe that should be the case, that you should obviously keep both identities when you have children. Yeah.
No, I think that's beautiful. Sorry, I'm obsessed with this pub idea. Can you explain to me how many people, like, are you throwing ragers in this thing?
Yeah, but I think if you're throwing a rager, it should be like 5 people. I think that's like, or like 12. 5 to 12 people is a really good night. We built a chapel on our land, and we do like Christmas carols there. And then after the Christmas carols, everyone comes in for like mulled wine and mince pies and stuff. That's like, we can hold 40 or 50 people, but it's like a crammed space in that.
Wait, you're not singing Christmas carols all year round. Just you're talking about
at Christmas. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were about to say no, every week we're doing Christmas, or are you?
No, we do. Do you know I know it sounds weird to like sort of build an infrastructure on your property where you don't have to leave it, but I feel like so much that there's certain moments you just want to spend with your family and not have someone filming you while you're doing it, especially like whether it's something like that at Christmas or whether it's memorial, or there's just certain like intimate moments you want to have like that.
I don't think it sounds weird at all. It's refreshing to hear you're like, in a beautiful way, not that you can't complain about it, but you're like, I'm just going to take matters into my own hands, and I now have the resources and the funds that I'm going to like build this thing so that I can like go to my pub and I can go to the chapel.
But I let other people enjoy it. Like my security guy got married in my chapel, and that was like really lovely. Really lovely. So the chapel is like, it's there.
Yeah, like sign up if you want to get married. Ed will let you come by. Which celebrity would you like to invite to the Garden Pub?
I had a glimpse of what a night with Post Malone would be like. We hung out in New York at Global Citizen Festival. I actually bought him I found this company that do the huge vinyl dinosaurs that you get at zoos. You know, the ones that are like the size of buildings.
Yeah.
So I've sent him a T-Rex because we were sort of joking about it. And he was just like, yeah, send me one whenever I live here. And it's done. And it's going to arrive. And he's going to get this fucking huge T-Rex that is just going to... And I've only met him once. So he's just going to be like, what the fuck? But I feel like because I hung out with him for that amount of time and I can sense the kind of person he is, I think he's going to appreciate it. But I think he would be the hang. I'd want a couple of days hang with him.
No, Post Malone is like one of those people that when you're in a room with him, even if you're in a room with him for like a couple minutes, you're immediately like, I need 19 more hours with you. This isn't enough.
He's a really sweet guy. Sweet guy.
He is. What is the most embarrassing thing you can recall of just like a drunken night, whether you're with your friends or you're out?
I've never said this publicly, but I'm going to say it. I was playing a city in Europe. This was like 2018, 2019. And my best mate was out with his mum and his sister. And we sort of started drinking not espresso, what they call Cafe Patron.
Oh, yeah.
And then I went to bed and I got up in the middle of the night to have a pee. And I was sleeping naked. And I walked out to have a pee, and then I hear a door close and I open my eyes and I'm in the corridor naked, no key. It's like 4 a.m. and I'm like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And I'm kind of looking around, and as I look around, it's like CCTV. And I'm like, ooh, this is not good. And there was like someone had room service, and I went to go and get the napkin, and I put the napkin on, clicked the lift, went down to the lobby. Bear in mind, it's like 4 a.m. There's like people working in the hotel. And I just kind of walk with this thing. And I was like, please, can you let me back in my room? And please, can you not tell anyone about this? And my security guard went to go and wipe all the CCTV. Well, he told me he wiped it. He might have kept it for blackmail later on down the line. But yeah,
Ed?
I think that's the most embarrassing thing that I've ever done.
What was the reaction of the people standing at the front desk?
It was very much sort of like you could see their eyes widen and be like, and me going, please just don't ask and don't tell anyone.
Just the thought of also like you walking down and 4 a.m. those people are probably like so not paying attention to what's going on. They're like half asleep, and then just like Ed Sheeran walks into the lobby naked.
Holding a napkin over. Yeah.
Did you wake up in the morning and like fully comprehend what you did? Or did you go back to bed easily?
I went back to bed, yeah, because I was like, nothing's going to change the fact that just happened, you know? I messaged my security guard and I was like, please, can you wipe the footage?
It's so
but
real.
yeah, I'm sort of like, nothing's going to change. And also, like, it's a very human mistake.
Happen. For sure. So
but,
casual.
Yeah.
Everyone's done that, right? No.
Everyone could do that, though.
True. Very
Everyone
true.
Everyone could do that. I then bought pajamas and I started sleeping in pajamas.
Every time you're on the road, you're like, put something on my body. Just
well,
God
do you know what? I'm sober at the moment, so that's definitely like helping the not doing stupid shit.
How is that going?
Good. I saw the schedule for this year of album release, and I was like, because I'm flying all around the world and then flying home and being dad as well, and I'm like, I don't want to then add on an extra layer of tiredness on that. So I'm just going to not drink and be very focused and energized, I guess.
That's amazing. I feel like that is a underrated thing, that when you're going so hard with work that you think that you need like a drink at the end of the night to relax you. But then I've been feeling it recently where I'm like, I just wake up feeling like fucking shit. Like there's got to be a different way to relax.
So I get in and I'll put on a movie, and actually that sort of does the job, because you kind of relax into the movie and then by the end of it you can just go to sleep, rather than because I also find when you drink you never really have a proper sleep anyway, because there's so much sugar in your body. I
have the worst sleeps, and even if you have like one drink, it still is affecting you. Okay, maybe that's in my future. We'll see.
I'm not going to be sober for forever, but I've definitely changed my relationship with alcohol, because I used to drink every single day. Not like, I'm not a spirits guy, and I'm not really, I kind of do beer a little bit, but I'm more of like a wine guy at the end of the day. But now I'm not doing that. Me and my wife do date night once a week, and I feel like that'll be the time when I do start drinking. We'll do a bottle of wine together that night, rather than like every single night having to have something.
I love that for you.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by T-Mobile. When it's time for a big, juicy gossip session with one of my friends, I need a reliable way to get all the tea. And by tea, I mean T-Mobile, okay? Having more 5G coverage means getting 5G signal more often. And as someone who is constantly on the go, it is so nice to have a reliable network that I can count on. Being a T-Mobile customer also means that I have access to a ton of perks like concert tickets, skipping lines at events, and free in-flight Wi-Fi, so I can keep posting from the sky. That free in-flight Wi-Fi has been key lately, because we're trying to find my best friend Lauren a man on every flight we take, and I have to keep the Daddy Gang updated live with our progress. T-Mobile also has VIP Club Magenta lounges that offer free drinks for T-Mobile customers, and you guys know I can't say no to a free dirty martini. So, Daddy Gang, kick your old carrier to the curb. It is time to block their number. Then go and hit up T-Mobile when you're ready to really be taken care of. Check out the VIP treatment at tmobile.com/benefits.
I do want to know, what do you think is the biggest like misconception about you?
I don't really know, because I feel like all the misconceptions that are about me, they're people that don't know me. So I think that there's lots of things flying about the internet. There's like rumors that also like really gather steam, because I think that people want to believe them. There's all these things that like come out, and unless I actually come out and go, these things didn't actually happen, people just run with it, because I think people love negative stories like that. And yeah, I think that I think being in the public eye, there's just always a lot of misconceptions about you. But I think unless someone actually knows me as a person, they can't pass judgment on who I am.
Do you think you handle being in the public eye well?
This has been my life since I was 19. So I think that the first 6 years of my life, no, I really didn't. And I really struggled with it. Relationships wise, not just romantic, but just relationships in my life, friendships, family, everything, like everything shifted. And I know people go, You know, when someone becomes famous, they've changed, they've this, but genuinely I didn't for the first 3 years. I was exactly the same person, and everyone around me changed just in their way of treating me or acting or talking or like leaking things or doing this, and then you start changing and you become a paranoid fucker, and then it all starts sort of like shifting. So I think at the beginning it's that transitional period where you're just trying to work out who you are and whether I am my stage name and that's me the whole time and I'm pop star and I'm this, or whether there's like two human beings and I can be a son to my mum without having to be a pop star, or like a husband without having to be a pop star, and then sort of like separating the two. And I think since COVID really, being at home and separating the two and knowing that it's a really, really fun job to dip into. You know, it's really fun. It's really fun to be a pop star for the night and go to the Grammys and sort of be like, wow, look at everyone. But then it's important to be able to go home and be like a regular human being. And I think that's why I don't live in Los Angeles, because I don't think I'd ever switch off. I think I'd always just be pop star.
I think that makes sense. I think it's healthy for you to have like a good balance, like you're talking about, being like, I can go work 9 to 3 and then I go home and I'm like with my daughters and my wife and I'm having like a pretty normal life, and then I'm going to the pub in my backyard, and then we're going to the lake, and then we're going to the chapel, and it was a full day, and it was
there
like
you go, yeah.
But I think you have to create that world for yourself, because you're right, if you do just keep working, then you are just like Ed Sheeran, where people are thinking you're just like this pop star and you're mega famous and you're so rich, and then it gets to people's heads, and it's like you need to have some semblance of normalcy.
And honestly, Cherry is the biggest grounding force. Like anytime that anything is a little bit too Hollywood, she's like, bro, come on. It's really, and especially because I grew up with her, there's always just a lens of Suffolk over it, of just like, come on, man. Like I tried to build a bowling alley in our backyard, and she was just like, come on, man, you don't need that.
She's like, the chapel and the pub are enough. Are you good at bowling?
Not really.
No. Do you like bowling?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone likes bowling.
Yeah.
I think I'll become good at bowling. I think as long as it's not on the property, I think she's. I think she just wants to. She doesn't want our kids growing up and it being like, you know, the Richie Rich house where there's literally a McDonald's in the. Have you seen Richie Rich?
Yes, but like so long ago.
Classic. Macaulay Culkin.
You should do something with like movies. I didn't realize you were this into movies.
I mean, I've got a letterboxd.
What?
No one knows I have a letterboxd, but I do have a letterboxd.
Wait. Explain?
Well, I just review movies online for myself, just to log them, just to see what I've watched. I have no followers on it. Like it's literally, I've just logged the films that I watch.
Ed, wait, what?
No one reads it though. It's just for me to like log it.
Wait, why wouldn't you let it be public?
It is public,
but no one knows it's you. What's your
username?
Well,
I guess they'll find out now. I think it's more fun for people to find it. I watched Gladiator 2, and there's a character in it who's like the really crazy emperor that has syphilis.
Oh my God, yes.
Apparently based on me. So that is my profile picture, is that emperor.
Wait, what?
I saw an interview with him where he's like, Ridley Scott based his character on me. I don't know if I'm offended, you know? Or very complimented. Thank you very much, Ridley. Where was my call?
Because as a moviegoer, you're like, oh my God, like they're basing something on me. But then that character is like...
Character was pretty, obscene.
Kind of fucking crazy. Okay, wait, would your username, would we be able to find you?
Yeah.
What is it, like Ed Sheeran?
No, it's similar to my Instagram. It's like Teddy, I think, or maybe it's Ted's. It's Ted or Teddy something.
Oh, I'm going to look it up.
Yeah.
Start Googling. What is something embarrassing that you used to care about, like growing up when you were younger or in your like early teens, that you don't really care about anymore?
I think it would be like the older that I've got in the music industry, I think that the first like 5 years of my career, everything worked and went well. And then the first like song that didn't work or like flopped, that was like a real like learning curve for me. And I think the older I get, the more I'm like, those moments are going to happen, but it's about the kind of overall catalog that you're building. And I think my rule has just always been make music that I can stand behind. Sometimes it will work and sometimes it won't, but as long as I like it, that's kind of all that matters. And yeah, I think I used to be quite embarrassed about that when I was like 24, 25, because obviously like it's never fun putting a load of work into something and then you put it out there on the line and you're like, this has to work. And then when it doesn't, I think at the time there was like a transitional period of me sort of living with that. And now I think that it's kind of like what I'm saying about like these pop-ups and stuff like that. Like my rule for everything now is I just have to really enjoy it. And then the success or not success kind of comes secondary to that.
I think that's beautiful because I feel like also as a creative, you have to know that sometimes you don't need extreme success to enjoy what you're doing, because sometimes as long as you actually really believed in it.
Well, that's the whole point. That's why we get into it, isn't it? That's the whole point of it. And I think that also it's about like realistic expectations. I think that my second and third record, and first to a point, but second and third record was so big that it's, aiming for that every single time is just not realistic. And they both happened kind of by accident. It just clicked. And so it's just something will click, something won't click, something will click. Like there's so many songs in my career that I didn't expect to do well that ended up becoming massive over time, that it's, again, just make shit you like, put it out. You have to give it the best opportunity as well. You have to work every single song the same as you worked all the other songs, and the rest follows.
What is the song that surprised you the most that popped off that you're like, what the actual fuck?
I put out a song called Afterglow that charted at like 92, and it was the first time anything that I put out within that 10-year period had charted outside the top 10. And I remember being like, oh, oh my God. And then over time it climbed to number 2 and ended up having, it's almost like 500 million streams now, but it's such a learning curve of just like, sometimes you just got to let things sit and then they find their audience. And I close my set with that now. It's like a really important song within my set list. But I remember that week being like, oh my God.
Why? Because did you not love it as much when you put it
No,
out?
I loved it. It's just like when I just saw it go in at 92, I was like, oh, maybe I'm wrong.
That's a nice feeling though, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's talk about your tattoos. Do you have any, like, what do you think of all of your tattoos? What has the best story behind it for you?
They've all got stories, really. I think my left arm is my first 5 years of my career, and my right arm is kind of the next 5 years, and then I got my chest and back done, and my back is kind of the most recent one. I got my kids' footprints like the week that they were born, so I quite like that because they're tiny, and obviously they're a lot bigger now. My legs have actually started being my kids' drawing book, so my daughter's just done a little bunny rabbit for my leg, and you can put like the date of it. It's quite nice seeing. Yeah. Wait,
does she come up to you and be like, Dad, get this as a tattoo? Or are you like going and looking at their drawings and be like, genius, and going?
Sort of that, yeah, sort of that. Now she's like, she'll draw something and be like, get it as a tattoo. But yeah, I think I'm going to get one each for each of them every year.
Is there ever a tattoo you've wanted to remove?
I think if I was to remove one, I'd remove all of them. I think that I kind of believe that about tattoos, is you're either a tattoo person or you're not. And I think if I was going to remove, I'd go completely nothing, or because I kind of see it as one tattoo. It's like one long story. Yeah, beautiful.
Okay, you and Taylor Swift have been friends for decades. I'm a big Swiftie. What has been your favorite memory together?
That's a good one. Do you know what, I have this I was in these court cases for like 2 years. Well, it was a lot longer than 2 years, but there was one each year, and I had to go through all my old devices to give them like, voice notes and blah, blah, blah for the lawyers to have. And going through all my old texts with people that I've known for that long, it was really like nostalgic going through. And I think that the period of time that I was on the Red Tour would have been, I lived in Nashville and she lived in Nashville, and we used to fly to and from the gigs together and do all sort of, I don't know, I was literally spent almost every single day with her for about 6 months. So I think that period of time, and I do, I see her when I see her. I probably see her like 4 times a year, and we do what I said, like instead of catching up the whole time, we have like proper sit down 6-hour catch ups, and I think that that's like a really nice way to do it. But I think that period, 2013.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Okay, which of your love songs is your wife's favorite?
It's actually track 13. It's the last track on this new record, and it was meant to be a 12 track album. And there was this song that from the beginning of writing it, she was obsessed with. And she kept being like, is it on their album? Is it on the album? And I was just like, I'd played it to lots of people and it didn't have the same reaction as everything else. And in the end, I just gifted it to her and I just went, I'm just going to put this on just for you. And you can name it what you want to name it. And like, yeah, so that I think is her favorite, and yeah, it just exists because of her, basically.
Wait, that's so sweet. Wow,
Yeah.
that's so nice to just be like, yeah, I told my husband to put it on, so it's just for me.
It came from, I spent a bit of time working with Bono from U2, and he gifted this song called The Sweetest Thing. Oh, The Sweetest Thing. He gifted that to his wife. I think he forgot her birthday, and then he wrote a song for her and then just said, you can just have this song, and like all the proceeds go to like a charity of her choice and stuff. And so I had heard that story hanging out with him and his wife, and I came home and told Cherry that, and yeah, I think it kind of was born out of that.
That is beautiful. You have obviously written so many songs for huge artists. Is there any song that you wish you had kept for yourself?
No, because I think that they all have their own space and stories, and I do honestly believe that like a song like Little Things for One Direction does not exist in the same way if I sing it that they sing it. I think it came at like a pivotal point of their career and was what it was. And I think same thing for like, I don't know, Love Yourself with Justin. I think it came after What Do You Mean and Sorry, and it was like stripped back and the perfect point. I don't think if I'd have sung it it'd be the same. And East Side with Halsey and Cleat, it was like Benny's first single. I think if I'd have released that wouldn't have been. Yeah, I think they all hold their own space, I guess, and if I'd have done it, maybe I wouldn't have done it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any song of yours that you are secretly sick of playing?
No, honestly, no. And I think that it goes back to what I was saying of like, you have to be able to stand behind it. I think if you compromise yourself in music to like do a certain thing, like reach a certain fan base or like whatever, and you can't stand behind it, if it doesn't work, then you've kind of failed in your mission because you've made it to work. And if it works, then you have to play it for the rest of time. So I'm very, very careful that everything that I make, I have to be confident enough to sing it for forever. And also, even if you've sung a song 2,000 times, it's always different every time you play it with the crowds. So yeah, I'm not really sick of playing anything, really.
Okay, let's break down some of your lyrics.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a lyric and you're going to tell me the meaning behind it or any story. Okay. He's got his eyebrows plucked and his asshole bleached. What are you referring to, Ed?
Oh my God. Yeah. Do you know what? That's a song called New Man, and I actually haven't heard those. I haven't sung that song in years. It's basically, I don't know, it was a 27-year-old's take on that, you know, like being the ex-boyfriend and sort of, I don't know.
I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, I wrote that with Jessie Ware, actually. We had a lot of fun writing those lyrics because it was all just kind of like throwing out stuff that we all thought was a bit like funny.
Have you ever had an ex call you out for writing a song about them?
Of course, yeah, of course. But I'm a songwriter. Like I always say, like, and I've dated songwriters in the past as well. And it's kind of one of those things that I've got to be able to take it as well as write it. And I think that you know, it's the good and bad. And also like writing songs is the two extremes. It's the same thing. You can't write a song about a feeling that's like, yeah, my day was all right today, and I kind of write about it. Either is like, I am the most in love that I've ever been, or I am the, you know, most hurt, or blah, blah. It's like two extremes, and those are the things that come out, and also those are the things that connect with people. So, you know, you can listen to an artist's songs and be like, well, they're either love someone really much, or they either hate someone. But those are the times that you write songs that actually feel something,
yeah.
You know? So yeah, I've definitely had, I wouldn't even say arguments, conversations. And I think that because I've been a songwriter since I was 11, that anyone that I've been romantically involved with at least knows that, you take the good with the, because you're going like there will be both sides. You will get both sides, you know.
Would you often back in the day, would you just like press upload, or were you ever giving people a heads up it was coming?
I've always given people heads up unless I haven't been in touch with them anymore. I mean, obviously there's like breakups of people you just don't speak to anymore, but I feel like I have a good enough relationship with my exes that
you could be like, hey, a banger's coming, get ready. This one slaps, you want to hear it? They're like, fuck you.
Yeah, fucking hell. Well,
okay, they say I'm up and coming like I'm fucking in an elevator.
I wrote that when I was 15. I was really proud of that line.
It's pretty good.
Thank you.
It's pretty good. What headspace do you think you were in when you wrote that?
I loved rap battles. So I would be watching like online. There was a couple of like leagues in the UK. There was Jump Off and Don't Flop, and those were the two that I would like watch as a teenager. And it was all about metaphors and similes and just saying clever shit line after line and punchlines and stuff. So I was in a phase of writing songs where I was just trying to fit in punchlines, and when I wrote that, it went down so well at gigs from the age of 15 as well. Everyone's just like, oh, that song, that it just kind of stayed in. It's quite weird actually singing that song as a 34-year-old, having written it at 15, because you're singing it and like, this is so different to how I am now. Even like, I have lines I'm like, I spit fast, I know that all my shit's cool, I will blast, and I never went to Brit school. And like, I'm singing it as a 34-year-old dad now on stage. Like, yeah, I just don't know if I believe this anymore. You know?
You're like, oh yeah, 15-year-old me, I've really
People
grown.
love it though. People love it, you know?
Like, but I feel like that's what's fun though, is that you still will play those type, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I love the fact that I closed my show with a song that I wrote when I was 15. It's like it's like a kind of really nice full circle moment, because I used to play that song to no one, and now you close a stadium with it. Still, it's the same song, same setup, everything.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's fun.
Okay, Azizam, I want to get lost in your ocean and drown. This obviously is a lyric from your new single. What are you talking about, Ed?
I think with that song, it was it kind of just all felt really, really fun and immersive. I think that's where the ocean thing came from, is just like immersing yourself in the night. That line definitely had some people in my circle being like, do you really need to say drown? I don't know. It sounded good. Sometimes that's all that counts in the studio, is does it sound good?
And what does Azizam mean?
Azizam is Farsi, and it means my dear or my love. The guy that I made the tune with, Ilya, is Persian, and we were literally in the studio. We were just trying different things, and he was like, would you ever do something Persian influenced? And he just sort of led me on this journey. I got like footage of the moment where he's like, I'm like, what's like my love in Farsi? And he's like, oh, Azizam. And I was like, that's a fucking cool word. And you kind of like it really like, it's a really fun song.
It's funny because when I was listening to it, it's awesome, but I like hear it the way that you sing it.
Yeah.
Of like, well, I'm not even gonna fucking try, but like how you kind of leave like a pause where you like Azizam. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. That was embarrassing.
Did you like the songs?
They're amazing. They're so good. Okay. Can we talk about your wife though? You guys met in high school.
Yep.
And then you didn't start dating until much later. How did you reconnect?
I started employing like my best mate on tour. So I went through periods of time on tour. Like, I'm a solo artist and I don't have a band, so and I'm very much like, I would just tour on my own. Obviously, like, I have a crew, but my crew were like 50-year-old blokes, so there's only so much bonding you can do, I think. And I got intensely lonely and burnt out. And yeah, I remember I spoke to my mate. She grew up opposite me, Lauren, and she just left university. She now like works in tour management on my tour and stuff, and has been doing it for 10 years. But she was very much, I guess, worried about me, and just came on tour, started working on tour. And then we were in New York, and her sister was living with Cherry. And I had moments with Cherry when we were younger. And I guess like we just kind of reconnected and picked up where we left off, I guess. And It's one of those things where I wasn't really expecting it to happen. I kind of just got out of a relationship. I was on tour for God knows how long, and it just felt really, I was sort of like, unless I do this, I will always regret it. So I just sort of jumped in, and yeah, best decision I think I've made.
You have 2 daughters. How has your life changed since becoming a father?
Very dramatically, actually. Very dramatically. I think just, even just not being a fucking maniac with drink and drugs or smoking, or, I exercise now, never exercised before. I get up in the morning, rather I used to sleep till like 4 p.m. Like it's really has changed dramatically. And just in the way that I'm home more, and my work schedule is based around them rather than based around me.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Do you sing to them? Like, do they understand?
Of course, yeah, of course. It's usually Moana. Like, it's usually just me singing Moana. Yeah, I have a song on the album called Sapphire that they love. So it's either Moana or Sapphire. Moana, by the way, top fucking tier Disney music.
Oh,
top tier.
Absolutely. Do you just like walk around the house and sing that to them?
Yeah. All the songs, actually. And Moana too, actually. When I went to go and see it, I wasn't like straight away enamored with the songs, and now those songs are my favorite songs too.
Which one is your favorite?
Put me on the spot here. Probably the Chi Who song.
What does that sound like?
Can I get a Chi Who? That one. Who are you gonna be? Gonna make some history. Come on, Moana, go get your destiny. Mate, my children fucking love it.
Oh, that's good, Ed.
Yeah. And they've got we went to go and see Mufasa, and they loved the brother song.
Oh.
Coincidentally, same writer as Moana 1. So yeah,
Really?
It's all Lin-Manuel Miranda.
You're going to be singing it up. Your kids are in heaven over there. They're lucky.
Yeah.
That's nice to have.
In our hectic, fast-paced lives, we could use some slowing down. Haagen-Dazs is made to be savored and enjoyed slowly for a moment of slow that's just a freezer away. Introducing new Haagen-Dazs's Belgian waffle cones, a crunchy waffle cone complemented by the classic velvety smooth ice cream that you know and love. I am obsessed with these cones. There is nothing better than getting to the bottom and you can get that extra little bit of a surprise sauce at the end. It hits every time, Daddy Gang. These new cones also come in 4 delicious flavors. Are you ready? Vanilla salted caramel, summer berry, triple chocolate fudge, and new Haagen-Dazs's toasted almond fudge cone. Yes, please. I will take one. I love being able to have an amazing dessert in the comfort of my own home, and this ice cream cone makes every bite truly worth savoring. The crispy Belgian waffle paired perfectly with the velvety vanilla ice cream. Then I top it off with toasted almonds and milk chocolate curls, and then finish with a last bite of sweet fudge sauce at the bottom. Boom. It is the perfect blend of taste and texture. And now my mouth is actually watering. So I'm going to need to head to my freezer after this. It is time for a cone break. Savor your moment of slow with new Haagen-Dazs's Belgian waffle cones, available at retailers nationwide.
Right now we have a single out. Is there more coming?
Yep. I have my idea was, because the album is so broad, I didn't want to just be like, here's the single, here's the album. So there's music coming every sort of like 2-3 weeks. So there's Azizam now. There's a song called Old Phone that comes out in a couple of weeks. And then after that, there's another song that comes. And we shot all these videos. And I'm less about like single moments and more about, I want people to sort of feel the breadth of the record. And I'm very confident that one of the songs will work. But it's more about just putting them out and letting people hear some of the record before it's out, rather than what I've done before is just like, here's my first single, here's the album, and yeah.
How is this music different than everything you've put out before, or is it?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I think I've been more explorative with this album. I've kind of had an attitude of why the fuck not, like, and not really felt like I have to be in a box of being a singer-songwriter of like, I have to do this or I have to do that. And I lived in India for a little bit and worked with a load of Indian musicians and producers and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, I made a song like Azizam with Ilya, who's Persian, and that's in that world. And Old Phone, I think, is more in a Nashville country world. And there's just lots of different moments on the record. And the record is called Play, and therefore it has to be playful. It has to be celebratory. I released 2 albums that are kind of one was the sort of main album and one sort of came off the back of it, but they were both very depressing, about quite hard-hitting subjects, very muted. I still think they're beautiful records, but I feel like coming out of that of having, you know, going through grief and all of that sort of stuff coming out, I needed to have something that felt bright and colourful and playful, and that's where doing St. Patrick's Day, playing at Tootsie's in Nashville, doing the New Orleans thing, the whole record just has to feel like fun and exciting.
How do you avoid writer's block?
I think you just write all the time. I think writer's block is actually fear of being shit, rather than, because I think everyone can write. You have to just sit down and write, but you have to accept that sometimes it's shit and it's not good enough. And I think that I just write and write and write. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's great. And sometimes it will be a song that you keep. And I think if you do that year in, year out, you're left at the end of the year with like 10, 11 songs that are really great. And then you can actually start forming an album.
It's really interesting to hear you talk about like the way that you're approaching projects, albums essentially, but they're projects in your brain of like, this one was like more intense, so now this needs to feel more fun. And like, yeah. I can feel that energy from you. Okay, Ed, last question. What do you want your legacy in music to be?
I would love for it to seem possible to any kid out there that just wants to pick up an acoustic guitar. I think that the thing that's jarring about me to people is also the thing that creates hope, because I am a regular dude who picked up an acoustic guitar, who's not from a major city, who made it happen by going out there. And I would love for all kids to go, fuck, I could probably do that too, rather than feel like it's an impossible thing. Because it's really not. It's really not. I think that I couldn't sing. When there's footage of me online where, have you seen it?
No, but now I'm going to Google it.
Where I can't sing. I mean, we could play it now.
Wait, you can't see it? You couldn't sing?
It's got, if you type in Ed Sheeran Addicted, it's me when I'm 14 singing.
And
but then
it's that bad?
It's bad. But then I like practiced and became... you can actually just find the
clip
song online. Yeah, someone leaked all my old EPs, which I guess shows progress. Listen to it. You can fast forward it a little bit. I've got an intro because I love an intro.
Oh shit.
Here we go. It's all right. You wait.
Wait, you sound like little baby Ed. Wait, that's cute.
Yeah, but it's not professional standard, is it?
Oh no.
That's what I'm saying. We can turn it off now. But I'm saying, like, I didn't know how to sing in tune, and then I taught myself how to sing in tune by practicing. So I honestly, when I go into talks at like music schools and to kids and stuff, I always play that and go, because everyone just assumes that you're born and you just got it, and you can teach yourself. I didn't teach myself how to play guitar, but I learned how to play guitar. I learned how to perform. I learned how to perform in front of lots of different crowds. I learned how to songwrite. I learned how to sing. And I'd love my legacy to be any kid anywhere, literally anywhere, goes, I can do that too. Because I think that's like music is a thing that it's also for kids that aren't good at other things, who don't have a lot of self-worth or self-confidence. If they start music in any form, in poetry or singing or instruments or even like work in the studio or whatever, it gives you so much like worth and confidence in yourself as a human being. And I think that in school, there's so much like importance put on, you must be good at this subject and you must be good at this subject to actually be a good human being and to go out in the world and achieve. And I just wasn't good at anything as a kid, and I didn't have a lot of self-worth because of that. And I felt like I was stupid, and I was only good at music, and that became my career. And I think when I go into schools and stuff and talk to people, I'm like, you only need one thing that you're good at, and then that is you for life. You find one thing, you work really hard at it, then that is your career. And I think that I would love for my legacy to be.
I think that is so beautiful, and I appreciate you bringing up the concept of like kids looking at celebrities and musicians and actors and anyone in the arts. Like, it seems like this far away concept, and you have made it feel like achievable in a way that can be actually like everyday motivating for a person, being like, I'm one step away from my gorgeous cover going on YouTube and sounding like Ed, and then look where you are.
But then not being embarrassed about that phase of your life. Because another thing that I've found in my career is I've learned everything from my failures and nothing from my success. It's not like was on stage at Wembley Stadium being like, I'm learning a lot from this. I learned everything on the way to there. And I think that what that shows is actually failing at something is good, because then I learned how to sing after then. And there's so much like importance nowadays on you, just even on social media, about like succeeding and showing you're doing well, and like not being in, but like the embarrassment of something failing or flopping, when actually all of those things, every single artist in the world has played to 2 people in a room and sucked and that is a really important stepping stone. And everyone has written songs that have released that other people didn't like. That's an important stepping stone. It's all about like learning from failures rather than just always, your career just can't do this the whole time. You can't just get bigger and bigger and bigger, better and better, everything works, because that's just not real life. It's about like picking yourself up after the failures and trying again rather than giving up. I again always say, I'm sorry to bang on about education stuff, but I think with anything, it's important that when you have that thing that you love, that you want to do, don't give yourself a plan B, because if you have a plan B and it gets really difficult and starts failing, you'll always revert to the plan B. And if you have plan A, at all points you go, this has to work. And even at the points where you fail, like I've done really terrible shows where there was a show that I did in Exeter where it was like, I think like 60 quid to get down there on a train, but I had a rucksack full of CDs, and I was like, do you know what, if I sell 7 CDs, I've made my money back and a tenner. So all I need to do is sell 7 CDs at this gig. And I got to the gig, no one turned up. I waited too long to see if people had turned up, and then I missed my train home and had to sleep at the train station. And in that moment, it's like 18, 19, I was like, why am I doing this? Like, all my friends have just gone to university. Some of them have gone out to get jobs. They're actually like on their path. And I feel like I'm not achieving anything. And in that moment, my head just went, but this is the only thing you can do. So just keep doing it and hope it will work. And I think that in that moment, had I had a plan B, I would have gone, cool, I'll go and do that now. You must find that though. I mean, you're hugely successful. You must have just been like, this is going to work.
Yes. And I relate a lot to that of not having a plan B. And then people, whether it was like making fun of you for it, or you feeling like, why am I not doing a traditional, like I remember being in college and all of the girls were taking courses that were like finance and all of that. And I was like in the film school and everyone was like, where is that going to get you? And a lot of times I was like, I don't know. But those feelings, it you know in you what you actually love. And
the people making fun of you as well, I feel, because that is a huge thing. It's like, it's so easy for other people to like make fun of someone for taking a risk and doing something. And I actually think it comes from like an internal thing of when they say, what's she doing? She can't do that. It's actually because in their own head, they can't do it. And they haven't got the thing that goes, you know, fuck it, I'm just going to do this. Fuck what other people think. And it's like almost taking the piss out of you for even dreaming about it. Because why the fuck would you dream about being successful? Like, just do your plan B. I think it's like almost a scary thing sometimes for that. And I had none of my mates, even my best friends now, none of them really came to the first gigs I did. It wasn't until it started like catching steam that suddenly people were like, I'm not saying like all my mates, but a large amount of my mates who are now my best friends and have been since school. I had my one of my best friends who literally like, you know, he's godfather of one of my kids. When I was a teenager, rung me up pretending to be Zane Lowe and was like, Zane Lowe worked on Radio 1 at the time and had this thing called Hottest Record in the World, where he would like debut a new record of an unsigned artist. And he rung me up pretending to be Zane Lowe. And then he had all of my other mates on the phone and they were all laughing down the phone. And I was like, stuff like that.
Ed, that is traumatizing. I was crying.
But then 4 years later, guess what? I'm Hottest Record in the World on Zane Lowe.
That's so crazy. You can never let them forget. I'm like, you little fuckers never came to my shows in the beginning. Fuck you.
I don't. My mate Zach, Real one. Zach always came to the shows.
Zach, there's
And
always
Nick.
one.
Shout out Nick.
No, that is such a beautiful message to leave this on, because I can imagine there's so many people watching this right now that are either like gonna quit the job because they're not making enough and they hate it, and they're like, okay, I'm just gonna like not pursue it anymore and I'll just go do what like my parents had wanted me to do. Or there's someone that is like doing something in this moment that people are making fun of them for, or they feel let down and they feel like there's no way to actually get to what they want. This is like,
I think it all comes down to enjoyment though, because I think if you're still enjoying what you do, because even though I did that Exeter gig and no one turned up for it, I was still playing music that night rather than doing something I didn't want to do. So I think there will come difficult times in everyone's careers, but as long as you love what you do, you've always got that at the end of the day. But I'd say if you're in a job that you don't love, like, try and find something that you love.
Yeah,
you know,
go for your passion and make it your job if you can. Ed, this has been so fun. I wish I could talk to you for like 10 more hours, because I feel like we could do an entire podcast on just movies in general.
We could do it again.
I know, we could do it again. Maybe I'll see you again.
I would love to do a movie one.
I would
great.
sit here with you and geek out over a movie, because I'm a movie girl too. Like, I'm full movies.
Have you seen The Florida Project?
Yes.
Literally just watched that the other night.
Oh my God.
Blew my fucking mind.
Did you see Anora?
Of course, yeah. But I hadn't really heard of Sean Baker before then, so then I went back and did like Tangerine and The Florida Project. But Florida Project, like, I haven't cried like that at a movie just at the end with the little girl. I was just like,
no, he's so fucking talented. Thank you for taking the time. I know you're running on like 2 hours of sleep, and you were fucking great. So thank you.
Thank you.
What is up, Daddy Gang? It is your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy.
Trisha Paytas, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
I'm so excited.
Daddy Gang, we're going to be really honest with you right now. We were just recording for a solid 10 minutes. We were cruising down the freeway. We were thriving. And then we realized it wasn't recording.
And it was gold. Those 10 minutes were gold. And we can't recreate it. You're like, pretend we didn't do any of that. I'm like, I can't recreate that gold.
Everything was going amazing. So if you guys feel like we're a little on edge here and ready to end it all, it's because we are. Okay. I was saying to you, Trisha, Congratulations. You just announced your second child.
Thank you.
Tell me how you're feeling again.
I feel very excited. From the beginning, I'm like, did we go through everything we just said?
Yeah.
Where did the names come from? I always loved Elvis and Malibu before the movies came out. From 10, I'm a middle child, older sister, brother, younger sister. You're the baby. No. Who are you closer with, brother or sister? You're like, I'm going to get in trouble, and that's when it cut.
You guys, we literally went through. Okay, no, we are doing it again. How are you feeling? Talk to me about all the food that you can eat because you're pregnant.
Oh, I just feel, that's what we were saying. It's like, see, now I forgot already. I just feel like usually I do eat what I want, but I feel guilty about it. Now I just eat what I want and don't feel guilty because, you're like growing a baby. So
you're growing a baby. You're allowed to just like shove food into your mouth and no one can get mad at you or judge you. It's like, fuck off, I'm pregnant, leave me alone.
And most of the time I don't care what other people think. It's usually what I think. So it's usually like, oh, no, I don't feel bad. Now I'm like, oh, I'm not judging myself. And I can sleep all that I want. Usually I got to be busy. I got to do. But now I just take naps and I don't even feel any guilt. I love
you're
it.
napping and you're eating.
Yeah, it's the best.
I'm so happy for you.
That's why I love being pregnant.
You said you want more than 2.
Well, we thought 2. I don't know. We don't have 2 yet. 1 is very difficult.
Right.
In my head, I'm thinking like 4, because we were talking about how 3 is like hard. So I was like, it's 2 or 4.
Okay. Yeah. I know I already asked you this, but just to set the scene for people, where did you grow up?
I was split my time between Illinois and California. My dad was in California and my mom was in Illinois. So I went back and forth a lot. I quit school a lot to like be homeschooled and stuff. And then I'd go back into school. Like I was constantly doing that because I loved like the lifestyle here in California with my dad. But, my mom is what I used to. And, like, we lived in a town of, like, 1,000 people back in Illinois. So it was, like, 2 extremes.
Oh, wow. Wait, were you closer with your mom or your dad?
I mean, definitely my mom. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, my dad I saw, like, the summers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my dad, I think in that, though, I thought my dad was so cool because he was, like, in California. And I was like, even though, like, obviously he was the worster of the parents, my mom literally raised us. So I always felt bad saying, like, my dad was the best.
I feel like that happens so much when you come from divorced parents. The one that's like the cooler one is actually just the one that never had to like instill any boundaries or like tell you like you're grounded because you did this.
Yeah.
Or like just was not the one parenting as much.
Oh yeah.
And then you grow up and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Dad, maybe not as fabulous as mom, putting in all the work.
All the work. My mom worked 4 jobs, bus driver, bartender, all this stuff like that. And I'm like, I love my dad more. It was like so weird. But yeah, especially at the wedding. We had a wedding and like my dad walks us down the aisle and gives the speech and my moms don't get anything at the wedding and they do all the work. I kind of felt bad.
That's such a good point.
Yeah. And my mom still helps us out. She's like watching our daughter right now. And
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Airbnb. I have been so into taking little weekend trips this year, and when I start to get stressed at work and know I need a vacay, I open up Airbnb. Okay, Matt and I are about to go away for the weekend, and I found the cutest, coziest home on Airbnb for us. I need to make sure I can travel with my dogs. Henry and Bruce are not getting left behind, okay? And Airbnb makes it so easy to find pet-friendly properties. On a romantic getaway, having our own home ensures that Matt and I will have the privacy that we truly need to unwind. I feel like I'm nonstop talking all day. So when I do get a break, I don't want to see or speak to anyone but my husband, okay? I also love that Airbnb shows guest reviews. I am someone who is on the page, scrolling through every single review a place has, and seeing that so many people have stayed at a home and loved the experience makes me feel secure when I'm booking a place. No matter where I want to drive off to on a random weekend, I'm always able to find an incredible place to stay. And if you just want to go somewhere but you don't really know where to go yet, let Airbnb make the decision for you. They have a guest favorites tab that might inspire you and perhaps even create a new tradition. As you book your 2025 travel, my number one tip is to check out Airbnb to find the perfect place to stay because your accommodation can really make or break the trip. Can you kind of paint the picture though, like before high school, just like of your childhood? I feel like obviously so much of like who we are is from our childhood. And I know you just mentioned like your mom was working 4 jobs. Like, can you kind of just paint the picture growing up in Illinois with your mom?
Yeah, we lived in like these farm towns and they were less than 1,000 people. We kind of moved around a little bit because I don't know, I just never liked school. And it was just small. It was just a small town. It was a farm town. So everyone, and my mom like was from there. So it was just like farm town. My grandparents were on a farm. And there's just not much to it, to be honest. It's really just, it was so boring. And I hated it. I haven't been back since. I think I left at 17 and I have not been back since.
Oh my God. Do you think if you landed in Illinois, like, would you get triggered?
Yeah, for sure. Even just going to Chicago, which is like 2 hours from where I live, I'm like, not Illinois.
No. I kind of relate to that though. And I think a lot of people, especially during the holidays, like I've seen people always say like, it's triggering to go back to your hometown because one, I think we like repress so many memories. And two, it just reminds us of a version of ourselves that like, if you were cool in middle school and high school, like kudos to you, but like I wasn't.
I was like not really either. I wasn't like bullied really. I mean, a little tiny bit like everybody, but I wasn't cool either. So I just neutral, just everywhere.
Just kind of neutral. What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Famous.
Famous.
I just wanted to be famous. And this was before like reality TV. So I was like, I need to be a singer or an actress.
Stop.
But I can't do either of them. But I came out to do it because that's all you got famous back then.
So when you're sitting in Illinois, were there any like TV shows or magazines or anything that you were watching or like people you were like, I want to be like that person?
I mean, like Britney Spears,
obviously.
Of course.
Did you tell people in your town you wanted to be famous?
Yeah, I was voted most likely to be famous in I think 2 of my yearbooks. I was most likely to be famous. Yeah, just because I just liked attention. And like I said, I don't know. I feel like I always stood out. You know, I feel like you just kind of know if you have like a little it factor, you know? So I knew I had something, but I was like, it wasn't talent. So I was like, how do I parlay this?
Going back to high school, like, did you have a lot of girlfriends? Like,
No. I wouldn't say it picked me, but I definitely was like, girls are drama. I used to be the girl that like did not like girls because of that reason. Because I was just intimidated. I just thought, oh, no guy's gonna look at me if I'm in a room of girls. I just was not a girl's girl. Like it took me a while. Now I'm only a girl's girl and like can't stand like men. But it took me a while. I definitely was insecure. Never wanted to be around girls. You know what I mean? I think I was always a girl hater, especially just like I just never felt good enough. I never felt skinny enough, pretty enough. I never had boyfriends until I was like 30. So. Yeah.
No, I think that's relatable though, of like especially when we're younger, like we're constantly comparing ourselves in rooms because at that age, it's also like what guy likes what girl. And if you're not getting picked, then you feel like a loser and you feel like, fuck, like I wish I looked like them. And then it's just this comparing game that you can never win.
Definitely.
So it's hard to, like, I had that a lot where my best friend was like the gorgeous one. And I was always like, I love you so much, but like,
fuck me.
Yeah, don't be around me.
Right. Like, can you move a little to the fucking right? Because
Yeah.
you look too good in parties. And I'd be like,
Definitely.
I'm literally never going to get chosen if you are sitting next to me.
Yeah, that's
and
how
it's
I
hard
felt.
with girls. But
Yeah.
it's like now I look back and I'm like, oh my God, it wasn't actually about us competing with each other. It was about the men that we were trying to like appease their standards, and it had nothing to do with the girls like liking each other or not. It was
No.
all based off of if guys liked us.
Of course, with everything, with acting, with anything, it's just like, you know, it's just what they approved of, what they liked, and it had nothing to do with you. So I know.
so
I wish I would have found my own lane earlier, because I do love pretty girls. I'm like, I actually like am obsessed with pretty girls. I just like was just too scared to be around them.
No, it is intimidating. Like,
Yeah.
I agree. Like, you, and also it's hard to not be envious of like,
Yeah.
I wish I had what you have, and like, I wish I was you. But at the end of the day, once you get to know those people, a lot of times they've got their own shit.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
they're not perfect either.
Oh, no, for sure. I was always envious of you. I was very envious of you. I remember like when I think it was like 2019, 2018, you girls were on Impulsive. And I remember being like, and I didn't know anything about podcasts. I didn't know how people got podcasts. And I remember just being so jealous. I was like, wow, they have a job where they're just like talking and talking about sex. I was like, I could do that. That could be me. And I was like, how did they get this? And you girls were so much younger. So I was like so jealous. And then obviously when you got your Spotify deal, I was just like, oh my God. You know, I was that person who was so jealous.
Dude, it's so funny, Trisha, because I remember just like watching you on YouTube so often.
Really?
And I would be so jealous of you because before I started my career, I'm like, I wish I had Trisha's platform. I wish I could like sit on YouTube and like do what she does.
That's crazy, because I was like alone and crying all the time. Like, I wish I could be that person.
Dude, that is so crazy that we're
Yeah.
both like, oh, I was jealous of you.
Oh, for sure. I definitely was just like, I don't get Call Her Daddy. I definitely was. So when I did this, I was like, all I know is that clip is going to be resurfacing. So let me just go ahead and say it.
It's so funny because I had one of my really good friends now. She went on a podcast at one point and was like, I don't get the Call Her Daddy girl shtick. It's so fucking dumb. Why are they acting like that? They're like acting like little whores. Like I'm the first person, and
Yeah.
I think that we can talk about that too with your career of like, by having a career on the internet, you just say so much stuff. And half of the time in the beginning days, I felt like I also said stuff that I regret. And I remember in those OG days back in the day with my old co-host, like when we started to get desperate for views, we would like say stuff about
yeah.
celebrities. And I'm so deeply embarrassed
Yeah.
that we said those things. But I know it wasn't coming from a place of like actually being like mean girls. It was, I know from my POV, it was genuinely just like, how do we stir shit up?
Yeah.
And you can teeter this line
attention.
that's so unhealthy, and you just become like, how do we get more? How do we get more?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, why did I say that? So if that clip resurfaces, I wouldn't give a fuck.
I was like,
I
oh, no.
literally wouldn't, Trisha, because
Yeah.
first of all, you didn't know me.
Yeah.
You had never met me.
I was
Like,
just jealous, 100%. Because honestly, as soon as they called for this, like literally, like my management from Canada flew in. They're like, I'm like, yes, this is the biggest thing. You know what I mean? So I think, but I really try in the past, especially since being 30, I really try now to really just not hate on girls. Even if like everyone's hating on them, I really try to find, like even with Jada Pinkett, I'm like, I try to find like the good side of this. I'm like, you know, she dealt through a lot. Now she can. So I try to keep it positive with every girl, you know?
I agree. You're
Yeah.
right. I think what we can both understand is like being in the media, a lot of times when we do the stupidest shit is when we're hurting the most. And so trying to find like any type of empathy for anyone when you see someone like acting out, it's like, well, what the hell are they going through?
There's still people that like I can like, oh, I just can't find the silver lining. But I scroll past. But now I don't like to say anything. I'm like, let me just, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So I feel like I've matured a lot, and like I don't really like hate on girls. But if there is a girl that annoys you, and there is, like I just annoy some people, just, you know, I just keep it going. It just makes you look bad. Like I just look so bad. Like you said, I just look so bad talking like so much crap about people. But I really can tell you, like it came always from a place of like jealousy, always. Like I used to talk about like the D'Amelios when they were like 18 and 16, and I was just like, I was so jealous that I wasn't me. But I was like 30 years old being like, oh my God, you're spitting out a snail, how ungrateful. Like, you know, they're 18.
No, but I also think that comes from a place too of like people on the internet then probably like writing to you being like saying mean things about like, oh, I get it now, like relevancy or like age as a woman. And it's like, as a woman, if you're past the age of 21, you're like old as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
And you're outdated. And so naturally that's going to cause resentment of us feeling like when you see younger girls, but
Yeah.
really we shouldn't be mad at younger girls. We should be mad at society.
Of course.
And mainly men
Yeah.
being the ones that tell us like after a certain age, you're not valued anymore.
It's 1,000%
And it's
true.
like,
Right.
Fuck off.
Right, exactly.
Fuck you.
I love it. No, it's true. It is true.
I want to talk about you going to LA. So you graduate high school, and I remember reading like the day after you moved to LA.
Yeah, like literally the day of. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was your plan and what was your job when you got to LA?
Well, I initially moved with my dad.
Okay.
So that was the first thing. I like lasted about, he wanted me to go to college. So I went to like 2 weeks of like community college. It did not work out because I never had a math class in my life in high school. So I took like a pre-algebra and I like had no idea what was going on. So I was like, I drop out. And so, yeah, I got on a TV show right away though. I got on a show called The Greg Barrett Show. It was like filmed at Culver Studios. It was like a syndication show. It was like a talk show. And so I did like 10 episodes of that. I was in SAG after. So I was getting like, $1,700 an episode, which was like so much. It was great. And then I got another show with Stan Lee called Who Wants to Be a Superhero. It was on Sci-Fi. So I was like crushing it. That was like 18 and then like 19 hit. And then I kind of like, I had no money, nothing. And then that's when I did the whole stripping, escorting. Well, I wouldn't even say escort. I was like a hooker on the street, but I like to say escorting. It sounds like fancier.
Trisha, slow down.
Yeah.
Hold on. Trisha's like, I can go. I love how fast you can talk. You're like, I can go through my entire life story. And, like,
Literally.
No, I'm like, Trisha, we need to like get an hour
I'm like,
in
we're at
here.
18 and I'm like, we got to get to 35.
Okay, first of all, I'm dying at your math comment because I was so fucking bad at math. Shout out to Oscar. He was this kid in my math class that I would sit next to Oscar and I would pretend I'm writing my whole math class, doing nothing. Then when Oscar was done his, he would hand me his test and I would hand him my test and he would take my test for me and he would like even like change like his writing to be more girly.
Wait,
and then
what?
Oscar would hand me back my test and I would go hand it in and I'm like, Oscar, I knew he was like going to Harvard or something and I was just like not meant for math. And I just knew like there's going to be a phone for a reason that has a calculator.
Yeah.
I don't need to know like the square root of things.
You manifested or you knew? There was already cell phones back then. We didn't have cell phones in high school, so I don't know.
We did have cell phones,
Okay.
but you know,
I just like manifested this is going to happen one day. I was like, wow, you made the iPhone happen.
honestly, I absolutely will take credit for that. I'm dead. Yes, I absolutely made the iPhone happen for sure, 100%. And then I was like, I just knew I didn't need math in my fucking life because I knew I wanted to be in entertainment. Did you ever cheat in school?
No, I've never had friends. So like my friends were literally, like I said, I was just like hitting up like celebrities, just trying to be like, hey, but I've never had friends in school, never had friends now. I'm just not a friend person. I don't know.
Okay.
But I'm really trying now with my daughter. I really am like trying to be as social as possible. Like
Okay.
we're going to birthday parties for her because I just don't want her to grow up like that with like no friend. I don't really mind. It doesn't make me sad because I don't know any different.
Yeah.
And also I'm just like not a great friend because I'm not someone to like hang out with all the time. I've just never been that person. So, but I'm trying now for my daughter. Like we got to make her friends, make sure she's social and yeah.
Okay, let's talk about you saying so casually when you're talking this fast. You're like, okay, and then I'm going to just
I know you
and then
talk
I
fast though too. I love it.
We can
it's
talk
like,
so
You
fast.
said you have an hour, so I was like, let's get it in an hour. Our podcast goes like 3.5 hours, so I'm like, I got to get it all in.
I was more saying, Trisha, we need to at least get to an hour. You're going to talk about your whole life story in 30 seconds. You're like, okay, so then I went this.
I know.
Okay, so you got finally after like you were in LA for a second, you were having some success, and then you just casually were like, and then I became a stripper and an escort, but not really. What happened?
Yeah. So I just had like no money. I was just like running out of money. My mom like was helping me as much as she could, and then she kind of ran out of money. I like maxed out her cards and stuff, so we all ran out of money. She had a husband at the time, so she was like living with him, and she was like fine. But my dad was not in the picture at all. Like he hated that I moved out, like cut me off completely. So I had like no help, no money, and so I didn't know what to do. I wasn't educated. Like I didn't have a college degree, so I had no idea. I tried to do like the regular jobs, like making smoothies and stuff, but that was just like not for me either. And I just loved the stripper life as like in movies. Like I loved it. I thought it was like so glamorous. So I was like, this is gonna be for me. But like my stripper life was not glamorous. I was like literally at like Canoga Park, like Van Nuys, like Godfathers. It was like super sketchy. I wanted to be at Spearmint Rhino, but that was like the bougie pretty girls with the fake boobs already. I was in like, I don't know. If you know Godfathers, it's just like sketchy. So yeah, I had a stripper life, and then I just I think casually then you just start, because like Hans Sepulveda there's like a bunch of hookers, like so I just casually started like going on the street because you just get more money that way. Don't split it with the club and stuff like that. But I was kind of like out of my mind there. I don't consider myself like an addict, but I definitely was like, using a lot back then.
Okay. Can I ask what you were using?
Back then it was just like I did a lot of coke. I did a lot of like I didn't do meth until like 2019, but I did do stuff that I didn't know. Maybe it was like the ones where you snort with like rocks. I don't know if that's meth. I don't know what it was, but I was like snorting rocks. Yeah. I literally didn't know what any of the drugs were. I just know I did a lot of, just everything was snorting.
Okay.
And one was like really rocks. Like it was just like hurt my nose all the time like that. And so I was just I was just doing a lot of that stuff. I was just like out of my mind, honestly, whatever people gave me. And at 18 and 19, you're just kind of like, don't care. You know, I didn't care. I was like, I don't really care where my life goes.
When you said your dad cut you off, like what happened?
Oh, just because like I didn't want to do school, and he's just like, I'm not going to support you. And yeah, I mean,
You were on your own.
yeah. So I was like, okay.
Were you scared at all whenever you were stripping? Like, were there any moments where you like got into situations where you're like, I am like a little scared?
Oh yeah, I feel like all of it, like going home with guys all the time. Like, yeah, it's crazy that like I'm alive. It all scared me. I guess at the time you just didn't get scared because you don't think about it, right?
No, I get that. I think it's like when you almost like can get into something that you just kind of fall into, and then you can almost just like keep going down that rabbit hole, and you almost don't know when like to stop or when to like check yourself. Because again, you're right, at that age, like if you don't have someone like that's a parent being like, stop it, you kind of can just start to go wild and like not know like what is bad, what is good. And I'm finding myself and I'm figuring myself out. And if you didn't have friends, like you kind of had no one probably to compare yourself to. My friends aren't doing this. Had you ever done drugs before you went to LA?
No. I was super good. I never drank. Like I wasn't having like sex in high school or something like that because I never was that person.
Yeah.
I don't know. So maybe I just thought like LA, be wild. You know what I mean? I thought, and again, I think being insecure, I just was like, you thought like having sex meant like, oh, you're so attractive, like everybody wants you, you know?
Right.
And you get paid for it. Like that's actually insane to me. I was like, oh my gosh, like people are gonna pay me to have sex with them? That's wild.
You're right though. I can see what you're saying of like going from like being in a position where you're like, oh, like I wanted to be liked by these men, and then to get this profession where like they all love you and they're all paying attention to you. But then I can imagine like the drugs probably made you get into situations. Like could you share any stories of just like situations you got into that you woke up and you're like, why did this happen?
Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, a lot of them that I like blacked out. I mean, really just, I mean, I've been kidnapped a bunch of times where it's just like you wake up in like a truck and the truck's moving and stuff like that. Yeah.
Trisha?
Yeah.
Pause. Sorry, what?
Yeah, I got kidnapped. Well, I guess, I don't know if it's kidnapping if you're over 18, but I was 19. So.
I think Trisha,
I've been abducted, I guess.
It's kidnapping, no matter if you're 45 or
really?
50. Yes.
I could be kidnapped at 35.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Yeah, I was, yeah.
Can you walk? Wait.
But it's like, it's in the sense where it's like, I don't know where I'm at. Like I go with somebody and all of a sudden you wake up, you're like, oh, in someone's truck and stuff like that.
At one point in your life, you woke up in the back of a truck.
I mean, multiple times. Yeah,
For
for
sure.
sure. Yeah, it's crazy. There's like, and you know, back then again, you don't think in that, but you're like, well, I went with this person willingly. So yeah, you just don't think about stuff like that.
When you would wake up in the back of those trucks, like what did you do?
You kind of just don't do anything. Well, you know, you're like coming off a drug, so you kind of just like let things happen. You're just like, oh, and then they like let you off or something like that. So you kind of just, and you don't, again, I didn't think of it like anything. I hear people talk about their stories, and for me, it just like, I say it casually because to me, it almost seems casual. Like it almost seems like, oh, well, that's what I was doing, I guess. Right. Even if I didn't want it, or like someone like, you know, brought me with them. Like it's kind of a, I don't know. I'm like, well, this is the life I chose, you know, which is like such a weird way to think. And of course, anybody else in the situation, I'd be like, oh my God, that's so awful. Right. But for me, I just thought, well, this is what I chose. But
I think also there's a level of like, at some point you kind of have to just like disconnect from it, because a lot of that, like for any woman listening, like that is, I'm sitting here being like, sorry, you woke up in the back of the truck. Like that's so scary.
Yeah.
I do think obviously when you're on drugs though, everything can become way less intimidating because your senses are like not heightened whatsoever. You're just like kind of in a sedated state. Yeah. So like you don't have the ability to like make maybe the decisions you would make when you're sober.
Oh, for sure.
But when you look back at yourself in those situations, like how do you feel?
It's almost like I just don't even know that life. You know, it's kind of like my high school life. I don't know that life. I don't know. Like there's so many stages I look back on and I'm like, oh, I don't even like recognize. Like I remember it. But some of it I don't even like recognize, you know what I mean? Because I was just such a different person. And it almost seems like I'm telling a story, you know what I mean? Like it almost doesn't seem like my life. It's almost like this is a story about this girl, but like it like, you know, and it took me a while. I didn't go to therapy for like a really long time. And even in therapy now, I like don't talk about it because it's just like, it's not trauma to me. You know, stuff that happened to me as a kid too. I'm just like, oh, it's not trauma. Even though like it is. Yeah. It's just like, I don't know. I don't like, it's like, it's not something I'm like uncomfortable talking about. But with like therapy, I like don't get deep into it because I'm like, it's fine. And they're like, no, it's not. But I'm like, to me, it's fine. Like, you know, it doesn't, I don't think it affected me, but they're saying it does. And it probably did because I mean, I was messed up for a long time. So,
well, yeah, I think a lot of the time it's like the body keeps things in, but like if you've done such a good job of essentially like dissociating from it, like I get what you're saying. Like you're telling the story, but you don't personally feel that affected by it right now because you have survived through it and you're like, I don't really like connect to that person anymore. Which I think is how a lot of people survive. And I think there's also like a stigma where people, which I completely understand when people would look at you being like, well, you have to figure it out. You have to solve it. I think that there's a lot of people that don't want to go and relive some things. And I think that's okay. Obviously, if it's like significantly affecting your life to this day where like you're having like, whether you're feeling like if you're having sex, you're getting triggered or you're having PTSD or flashbacks, like that's usually when to like open it back up. But like
definitely,
I think everyone has to figure it out on their own time.
Yeah, I've definitely had that where I had to like talk to someone because it was like if someone like touched me, like I was, you know, it's like just dealing with all that stuff. So I've definitely dealt with that for sure. But yeah, I'm
curious, like going through that with men and like being in positions where obviously I'm sure like you've kind of alluded like there's taking advantage moments. Like how did you kind of like rebuild your relationship to men?
I think I've just like always hated men, and I feel like I'm still kind of there, especially like giving birth. I just had like such bad experiences with men, like not understanding postpartum, like just so I just all my life is just like any type of men. I've just like, I don't know. I feel like I wanted their like validation and they were all awful. So I feel like I have still such a strong hatred. I think if there's anything to fix, it's like maybe my hatred towards men. Yeah. And like, it's not even just like me being this feminist, men suck, you know, it's just like, I really dislike them. And when I like have to talk to a straight, like this year, I really made a conscious effort to do only female podcasts. Like I'm like, don't want to talk to like men. Like, I don't know what it is. And it's like, that's obviously not right either. You want to like be equal and like, you know, not hate men. But.
Yeah. No, but I get what you're saying. I think like when you've been like fucked over or wronged by men, or even just as simple as like, they don't understand women. And there are some men that when you're actually looking at them in the eyes, you're like, oh, you don't get what I'm talking about. You don't get what I'm like even trying to say to you. And that can be so infuriating. And it's not worth our time sometimes. Like it's not our job to educate men on why we should be treated equally to them or why we should like have respect. If you're talking, so there are some men that are great. Like your husband seems great. But like overall, I get what you're saying of like the trauma of having men fail you so many times in your life. Why would you like them?
Yeah. And that's how I feel. And you're right. There are like, my husband's like amazing. And I have like a friend that has like an amazing husband too. And it's like, there are some good ones. But then you hear on TikTok so many horror stories of men that don't want to change diapers or they don't want to like plan the wedding or they like just constantly like that to me is like so, and I hear it all the time. I'm like, God, that's so like triggering. I'm just like, you know what I mean? Just the way they treat women, it just makes me so upset. I don't know,
it's so fucked up. And then to see like how many men then want to have like a say on what women do with their bodies.
Oh well, that's a whole other
girl,
that's what I'm saying with like postpartum or hormones when you're pregnant, all the stuff, you know, all the abortion stuff and stuff. It's just like, it's infuriating that like men have a say, period. And I just feel like men should not have a say ever about anything. Like just don't say anything. Like giving birth, after I gave birth, I had so many guys online like criticize me for taking fentanyl, for having a C-section because I was, you know, I had an addiction to like drugs at one point, and like, oh well, she said she never took drugs, but she took fentanyl for a C-section. I'm like, they make you because they're cutting you open. Like I don't get the choice not to, really. So yeah, and so I think all of that really made me hate men even more, and straight and gay, because you know what I mean. Like they both kind of don't get sometimes. So I was like, ugh. So even I had like a hairdresser. I had all this. Now it's like, okay, now I'm letting gay men back into my life more. But like the straight men, it's still hard for me. You know what I mean? And it's one thing. And I think because I'm married now, I don't even really need them as I used to think I needed them in the past with like dating and stuff.
When you're in the dating world, like I'm sorry, but like I get it. Women are always going to try to like look cute for the date and look this way and talk this way. Like there are little things we always do because we still live in a man's world. So it's like we have to be delicate with how we unravel it. But once you're in a healthy, safe relationship, it's kind of nice. You're right to be like, I now don't need men. And if I'm going to interact with men, it's going to be on my terms.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best feeling. It's just so great. And I'm like, I don't care if I'm skinny enough. I don't care if there's a prettier girl in the room to me. Like none of it matters, you know? So it's just like, it's so freeing. It's so wonderful. Like you said, if you're in a good relationship. The wrong relationship will make you feel the opposite.
That's almost worse than being in the dating game.
Yeah. That's awful. You like,
And I'm sure,
spiraling.
like, I'm sure so many women, including ourselves sitting here, have been in those type of relationships where you're like, I am a shell of a human. I was better off when I was dating a bunch of assholes, but going on dates rather than being with one guy that has your claws in you, that's so like manipulative and like emotionally or physically abusive, whatever it is. Like
the worst, calling you crazy, judging what you eat, counting how many nuggets you eat. It's like that to me. And I thought I was like so in love. And then you look back and you're just like, oh my God, this person like hated me. But I was trying so hard, everything I could. And I'm like, and it's happened. Yeah, it's happened. I've only been in like 2 relationships. So it's like both my relationships were horrible.
You had a man that would count how many chicken nuggets you would eat. What the
on
fuck?
camera.
No.
Yeah. It's like still out there. It's like compilations of all the time. Yeah. It's like that to me is the most traumatic thing of my life. I've been kidnapped probably over 40 times, but that was the most traumatizing. Thinking about it, I like disassociate right now. I'm like, oh no. I like get scared. I don't know. It's like such a weird thing.
You're like, leave me the fuck alone. Let me eat my nuggets in peace, you piece of shit.
It was it's like so it's actually like traumatizing when I think back. I'm like, oh my God. And to this day, I literally had to cry the other night. Like we were eating pasta, like something triggered me from like that relationship, and I was just like, and it's so weird. Like I'm so like I never think about it, whatever. But there's like this like I was eating this pasta and I was like, oh my God, I just started like crying, and I was just like, I feel like a disgusting person for eating this. And my husband is like so great. He's just like, pasta's like the most like popular food. It's in every country. Like what? Like it's totally normal for you to eat this.
Right. It's like wipe your tears and eat your pasta.
Yeah.
Trisha.
Yeah.
Okay. I read a study that like pasta makes you happier.
Yes. I repost that on my Instagram all the
Me
time.
too.
I always need to see it. Yeah. I was like, repost.
I'm like, absolutely happier. Let's go pasta every
It is
night.
true. I eat pasta every night. Usually I don't care, and then like I don't know.
There are days.
Started to spiral for some reason.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by White Claw. I don't know who needs to hear this, but you're way too hot to be spending the summer sitting inside and just scrolling on your phone, okay? We are getting those bikinis out of storage, and we are getting out of the group chat too, okay? I want all of us to have fun this summer, and you know what goes perfect with a 7 UV index and yapping with your girls? A cold can of White Claw, okay? I'm just getting back from unwell spring break in Miami, and let me tell you, there is nothing more refreshing than a cool, crispy White Claw by the pool. You give me a mango White Claw and a lounge chair, I'm set for the day, okay? Daddy Gang, it is officially White Claw summer. They've got only 100 calories in 12 glorious ounces. Plus, they're gluten-free and have the taste you know and love. I always like to grab a variety pack so everyone can have their favorite flavor, from peach to black cherry to mango. You truly can't go wrong. My personal favorite is OG black cherry through and through. I cannot be stopped when I get one in my hands. It's time to celebrate the end of hibernation season. Summer is around the corner, and it's time to get out and get after it. Cheers to that, okay, Daddy Gang. Let's go find a guy with a boat and grab a claw. Pick up a pack from your local favorite spot and grab life by the claw with your favorite flavor this summer. Tell him your founding father sent you. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer Works, Chicago, Illinois. When you were talking about your time in LA and like struggling with drugs, did you ever have like a rock bottom moment where you're like, I've got to...
God, so many. That was rock bottom moment in like when I was 19 that happened. Like I lived next to, his name was Christopher Dennis. He was the Hollywood Superman. There's a documentary made about him, and he recently passed. It was so sad. But he found me just completely like in piss and shit, all this stuff, because my apartment didn't even have a doorknob. It was on Yucca and Highland. There was like no doorknob. I think it's still there. It's like behind a liquor store now. And he like found me, and like my dad and I hadn't talked for like 2.5 years at this point. And I don't know if he called him, whatever, but my dad like showed up, took me to like Riverside Hospital. I was in there for like 3 weeks in like 2007, 2008. And yeah, and then I kind of got a little better. Then my dad was trying to get me back to go to college, did that for like 6 months, and then I moved back out again. My mom came out. So, but that was a rock bottom. And then 2019 was my rock bottom. 2019 was the meth. I was in 3 mental hospitals. That's when I was like really hardcore into meth. There was 2 guys that I dated, who both have since passed from overdoses. And I was just wild. I think I slept with probably like 200 guys that 1 year, 3 mental hospitals, like just really beside myself. The internet, oh my God, everybody was making like hate videos about me. Like PewDiePie made a hate video. I was just like, oh my God, like what did I even do? So it was like my rock bottom. Wow. And which is ironically I was the skinniest. So sometimes it's like I want to be skinny, and then I was like, ooh, maybe not. That 2019 was rough.
Trisha, Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
But that was documented, that 2019. That was a rough year for me.
Because you were on YouTube at that point.
Yeah, I was making like a lot of videos. There's a lot of deleted videos with the people I was with. Yeah, it just was really like crazy. Yeah.
Let's talk about your OG YouTube days because yes, there were some videos put out that like people considered controversial and people like tried to bring your old YouTube videos back to this day. Like you got involved in like I feel like a good bit of drama back then. Like when you look back at the OG YouTube days, how do you feel about them and how would you even describe them?
It's like so many eras of YouTube too. Like the OG ones were just like so great. It was like before you could make money on YouTube, it was just like fun. And then you start making money and then it's like, where do you find your niche? Like I said, I never felt like I had like talent. So I was like, what can I do? Oh, I can like piss people off. I can do this. So I definitely went like the trolling route because it was like the most money I ever made without having to like strip or hook. And I was just like, this is it, you know? So yeah, I definitely had a lot of like problematic videos and just stuff that like I didn't necessarily even think. I think if I was like me, I could like hold stronger to like, oh, I was just like young or whatever. But it was just like stuff I'd hear other people say that were like, and I would just like repeat it. And I just wanted to be shocking and you know, and I totally own up to it. And I look back at my videos and I'm like, well, you know, some of them are pretty bad, but I try to give myself grace and forgiveness with that because I used to be really hard on myself. I'm like, I know I suck, I'm problematic, and to this day, like I don't get sponsors on my podcast. Like shout out to our Patreon, like our Patreons do it and stuff. So it's, you know, it's great. But yeah, I definitely forever have like this like mark on me on the internet of like kind of like she's a little controversial, or you know, you just people don't want you like around. But you know, it's fine. Like again, my word of wise to people when I see people trolling now on the internet is like, just maybe don't, because it'll like follow you forever. People will think of you as that forever. And rightfully so. Like, you know, like those clips will always be out there and people either see the change and the growth or they don't. And I think either one you just have to like live with, you know.
But I do think it's helpful that you're like explaining your backstory. And that's why I wanted to talk to you about it today, because it's like, for sure, I bet I'll get comments being like, why the fuck are you having Trisha Paytas on? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. I totally understand that. I also, though, think it's important. Like the fact that you just said, like, I could make more money doing this than stripping and hooking. It's like, okay, like it's good to know someone's backstory. And I think when you're saying those type of things, usually the people that are saying those things, you're not in a great place.
Never. Oh my gosh. Right? Oh, back then I just I didn't care about me. I didn't think anything of the future. I was just like, I need to make money now. I'm just going to piss people off. I don't care. I don't have friends for a reason. Right. Never thinking like it would be a full career or anything, you know?
That's what I also think sometimes, like, people feel like they're lucky because they can make their fake accounts, but like God forbid one day all of your fake account comments and trolling and you like telling people to go kill themselves or whatever. Like there are people on the internet that are so ruthless, but they don't have the balls to do it publicly and have their own name on it. If that, God forbid, you walked into work one day and all of your comments were placed on your own desk, would you be fired or not? And I think it, like, if you look inward, all of those people are not in a good place, and clearly you weren't either. And you've kind of had this like redemption arc, but like when you look back, do you think you were addicted to the drama once you started to see the money?
Oh yeah, I mean for so long, like a good like 10-12 years, I was so addicted. I was just so miserable, so like any attention was good attention, money was just money, you know what I mean? So it just, it is crazy, but I did reap the karmatic, you know, effects of it all. So it does, like you said, even the trolls, I think it's so real. I think karma is so real, and like I've reaped all of that 10 times over, I'm sure, and still do to this day. We get a sponsor and like everyone harasses them, like don't. So we lose at this point. I'm like, don't even give us sponsorships because I just know that. So it's fine. Luckily, I have my ways to make money, but. Yeah, you reap it for a long time. So
totally. Why do you think though second chances are so important?
Because I think people do like change. I think majority of humans evolve as human beings, especially when you get older, when you find happiness, when you find love. Like, I mean, people do change, and I think like that's the whole point of humanity, right? Is like the evolution of it all. Like, I think our society shows that, like, you know, from like us in like the 60s, you know, with like segregation stuff, you know, I think it's like just shown like obviously people are change. So I think that's important. Otherwise you never can grow and never can like, you know, but yeah, I've had second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth chances. So I'm appreciative of all of them. Some people don't deserve them. Some people don't want to give them to you, but I do think it's important to like try to see people changing. Because I really think people do and can.
I agree. I think also it's really difficult on the internet when you have a persona that I even feel it sometimes. Like I feel like sometimes I've met people and they're like, oh my gosh, like I thought you were going to be such a bitch. You're going to be this. And I'm like, oh, like I mean, I don't know. You can be honest, like what you thought of before you met me.
Yeah, because you just hear all the stuff, right? You hear all the drama. And so you're
Yeah.
just like, wow, she's ruthless. She's this. And not to say I don't judge, because obviously I know how people take things. But
course.
you hear those things, or just how, I don't know, you think someone's just going to be arrogant or whatever because you have all this like money and you're sketty and you're pretty. So you're like, well, you just know. I think you have the assumptions. Again, at this age, I don't. I'm just like, and I was surprised the energy you have is just so different than like people would think. You know what I mean?
No, I appreciate you saying that, because I think that's the point, is like we see people online and most of the time we never get to meet these people in person. So like there's a image online that people will like assume of you, and it's really fucking hard to break away from that. And so obviously like I know the way that I got through it was like, I know the truth and I know what happened, and I feel like I can go to sleep and I'm a good person and I have good people around me, and if I'm good with my life off the internet, I think then I did become a better version of myself on the internet, because it's like when all you are looking for is validation from the internet, which it seems like at one point that was, you didn't have friends, you were really in a dark place, like you're gonna just say some crazy fucking shit and you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But I do think second chances, you're right, are important, because like I'm so proud of the growth that I've had, and I know you feel the same way about yourself, of like, of course we've changed, and of course now like when you have things you care about, everything is put in perspective.
Oh my God, so different.
Right?
Now it's like, oh, I don't want to embarrass my husband, I don't want to embarrass my daughter. You're like, so it changes everything about you. That's what I knew, like I had to change all of it, and it just, and I really do feel it. And I'm like, people can see it or they don't see it, I don't care, because I feel better. But it does feel, especially right now, that people have like seen it. And it's not me saying I've changed this. It just took time. I think with anything, like just public feuds, anything, people always, there's always sides that people pick without knowing the full truth. And it's just like getting through that. And it doesn't really matter at the end of the day what people think, about it. It's like some people are going to think I'm this person, something, whatever.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Right. As long as you know who you are.
Yeah.
Let's.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to play a
I
little
love
game.
your giant cards.
Oh my God. Huge.
I love them.
Huge. And there's like tiny little writing. I'm like,
love
okay,
it.
let's play a game.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a topic and I want to hear your opinion on it. Reusing nudes.
Oh, yeah, I do it all the time. My OF is still that. It's just old nudes from 2020, and new people come in, I sell them.
Oh, slay.
Or just like sending them too. But don't you can tell now? I feel like you can tell by the dates now. People say, I don't know. Did you send nudes? Were you someone who sent nudes?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Oh, loved
and you've
a good
never
nude.
posted nudes online?
I've never posted nudes online. I just was such a nude girl. Like I remember I dated this guy that was obsessed with nudes to the point where it was like very unhealthy.
Oh.
And he was like literally
like every day you're sending him them?
I would be at work, Trisha,
had those people.
and this man would be like, come on, like, can I get a pic? And like I was in such a bad relationship with him that like I knew that like if I didn't, like, is another girl gonna send him a nude? So I would feel so insecure. So there I was at work with like my like pencil skirt on, and I'd like mosey my way over to the bathroom.
Oh, you took him fresh. I thought you'd have like a library.
No. Trust me.
Wow.
And oh my God, like I would absolutely edit them. I would like go back. I know, literally, I would slay. I would be at work on the clock getting paid. I would go take it in like the handicap bathroom. Sorry.
Oh my
like,
God,
it was
'cause
fine.
it's bigger.
But bigger, and like I needed my privacy.
Yeah.
God forbid someone walks in the stalls and I'm like getting that ass shot.
Well, I'm
like,
sure if there was a handicapped person walking, you'd give them the stall.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And so I would get out and I would go back to my desk and I would like look around, and I would always had a girl behind me, and whenever she would go to lunch, I would pull up my nude, I would go on PicMonkey, and I would start like rearranging, like make the ass fatter, like everything, and then I would like send it off to him and be like, here you go, and he'd be like, so hot, so fire. And then I would save those though, and then obviously like if I was talking to another guy that day, I'd be like, here you go.
Oh my gosh.
So, like, I loved a good nude. I thought that it almost became like an art form at one point,
right?
Like you really get those angles, you learn how to like make it look good. Like I loved a good nude. Like it was fun. And then oh my God, like I've definitely sent like some videos and like all that stuff, but I never made money off of it. No,
never. Would it ever get out? No one ever posted on you?
No, because I think like I know the amount of people that I've sent it to. Like I know those specific guys.
Okay.
And if they ever did, like I think they know I would try to sue them. So I think they're like too scared.
Especially now, I feel like they would put you out there because you're you.
Right.
And,
but I'm like, yeah, but like try me. Let's go to court, motherfucker. But God forbid, like I ever feel like I got to pull out. I'm gonna bring out I have literally an old nude like catalog, like album.
Yeah. Me too.
You've got that MacBook that you've got it on, and you're like, ooh, which one should I use today?
Your retirement plan.
I should change the album name from Old Nudes to Retirement Plan.
I mean, it's kind of like everyone's doing it now, but I get you. I totally get you.
meeting your celebrity idols. Have you ever? Who are your idols? Tell me everything.
I love meeting celebrity idols. Yeah, I think like the bigger the idol, the nicer they are. I feel like when you like a D-list person, they have like, you know, maybe like Tom Sandoval or something. I don't know. I don't really know him, but I just know he's all over TikTok. Like he probably won't be nice. But I've met like Quentin Tarantino, Eminem, The Weeknd just sent me a DM, and I feel like the bigger they are, the nicer they are.
Wait, I saw you talking about this on your podcast. What it was the DM from him?
Literally, I was on a podcast like 2 weeks of the Zach Sang show, and I was like, oh, I pay for music, and I'm like, I just bought like 6 of the Weeknd songs, and he's like, thanks for the support. Me and my team appreciate you. Like, sent me a DM, and I was like, wow. He cares that I spent $6 on his music.
No,
everything.
They do, because I think I saw, who did I see? I think I saw Snoop Dogg recently saying like there were 1 billion streams and he made 40K from it.
No, that's wild to me. That's why I buy the music off iTunes, and I still do, and they appreciate it. I mean, I was shook. I was like, oh my God, Abel's in my DMs was crazy.
Like literally, maybe they need to start an OnlyFans. Like, fuck.
I know.
He's like, babe, thanks for the $6. You're like, babe, literally get an OnlyFans.
I was
like, let's go.
He would make bank if he was on OnlyFans. Well, I mean, the idol is basically like OnlyFans. It's just him like fucking Lily Rose Depp, and I loved it. That's how I became a fan this year. I saw the idol, and I was like, woo!
That was crazy.
I never get horny about anything, and like literally that show made me like crazy.
Okay, Taco Bell.
Pass. Is this what are we playing? Are we doing
I
pass
don't
or smash? Am I rating this? Talk about no.
I love how also, like, you're right. We've kind of changed the game for every single question.
What was the game originally?
I want to hear your opinion on.
Oh, okay. Okay, got
Taco
it.
Bell.
I'm not I love fast food, but I'm just not a Taco Bell fan.
What's your favorite fast food place?
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Yeah, just because there's one close to us. I always get the nuggets. Right now they have adult Happy Meals. Oh wait, I think we're boycotting McDonald's. Maybe I think everyone told me we're boycotting them.
Wait, why?
Well, I don't know. I don't get political, but I think something is happening with them. So I'll be on a strike until the strike is over. But
where are you gonna get your nuggets?
Oh man, baby Chick-fil-A.
Oh,
Although Chick-fil-A is controversial too.
Yeah, fuck them.
I know.
They don't support the gays.
Oh no. A lot of my gay friends love Chick-fil-A, so I go with them. Fuck. Everything's controversial.
That's interesting. If you go to Chick-fil-A with one of your gay friends,
I think it's fine.
Then it cancels it out.
I think so. They love it. So Chick-fil-A. I love fast food, but they're all problematic.
They are. Okay, so
Shit.
McDonald's first, then Chick-fil-A. Do you like Wendy's?
I love Wendy's spicy nugget. I'm just a nugget person.
Nuggets.
So I only get nuggets at all these places.
What do you dip it into?
Yeah. Oh, nothing. No sauce. Yeah.
What?
I have no sauce. Yeah. I recently heard Jenna Ortega said she has no sauce too. I'm like, no sauce, girlies, get it.
Wait.
Never.
This is crazy.
There's no live. Try to find a clip of me eating sauce.
You
actually, there's clips of me trying sauce, but I don't like it. Yeah.
Wait, so you don't like ranch dressing?
No. I don't like any sauce. Like no barbecue, no ketchup, no mustard.
Your whole life?
Yeah, I'm just like, I like a plain. My tastes are plain. I love like butter noodles. I love chicken tenders, like pizza. Like that's what I like. Yeah.
I have food for you to try downstairs. Now I'm like rethinking everything.
Did you make it?
I'm having someone make it right now.
Oh my boosh.
No,
oh my God. You have a content house with a chef. Do you live here? Like, no, just to shoot here. I was like, wow.
I just begged someone downstairs. I'm like, listen, there's this one pasta that I want Trisha to try. Do you think?
Wait, what?
Yeah, I want you to try it.
What kind of pasta?
You know how like girls are like, oh my God, like I have my like my girl dinner, and it's like when the men are away, the girls will play, and like you make like just dumb shit that like men would be like, I'm not eating that shit. Yeah. So like I grew up on this like spaghetti sauce that my mom would make me, but it's like this like Progresso, like I don't even want to.
Progresso.
Yeah.
Is that like wait what? Oh, Progresso. It's like Prego sauce? Because I like pasta sauce. I'm trying to figure out Progresso sauce. I love a jar sauce if that's what you're talking about. Okay. Is that Progresso? I have Prego.
I can't breathe. It's in a jar, and I swear to God, Trisha, I want you to try it. Like I know you like plain stuff. Like I'm interested to see your take.
I love pasta sauce.
Okay,
we're
gonna film it downstairs. Okay, but like it's good to know. But
where's that going? Yes, bonus content. Where does that
gotta
go?
get that coin, girl.
I love it. I know, same.
I'm like, you're gonna stay for 10 hours, right?
I love it.
We're good to go.
I will.
Okay, so no to Taco Bell.
No Taco Bell.
Okay, I'm crying. Okay, internet trolls. What is your opinion on them?
Oh gosh. Oh wow. I have a soft spot for them because I was an internet troll for a minute. Now I can't stand them. I see people like yelling at the camera, being ridiculous. I'm like, oh no, this is gonna haunt you forever.
You should literally, on every time you see somebody doing trolling videos, be like, trust me,
Don't stop. Yeah. There's that girl, that Pearl girl out there now, and I'm like, girl, let's pump the brakes. This is gonna follow you forever.
Dude, wait, I feel like I know who you're talking about.
She's like
mean.
She's like kind of anti-woman, I think. I don't know. She's like a woman, but like hates women. She's like, oh, if you're divorced, you're less than, or if you have sex before marriage, like they don't want you. I don't know. She's kind of weird.
Does she have like strawberry red hair?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's made videos about me being like Alex Cooper, and I always just stop it immediately.
Yeah.
I never watch the video because I'm too scared.
Yeah,
I don't want to know.
Of everyone, and I get it. It's like a shtick or something, hopefully. But I'm like, girl, this is like gonna not do well for you because you'll like run out of money. Like you'll spend the money. I know. Trust me, I've made like $10 million trolling, and I've wasted all of it. I didn't buy a house until OnlyFans, so I'm just like, no, girl.
Girl, stop.
I know.
She'll probably clip this and be like, you fucking whore, shut up. Like, oh.
Literally.
Why? Fuck.
No, I know. I used to be scared of people talking about me, but I'm like, oh no. I literally like, I have, again, it comes from a place of I know what it's like. Like I get it. And I'm just like, oh no.
Do you ever scroll on TikTok and if you hear someone talking about you, do you watch the videos?
Oh no,
I'm scared.
I scroll instantly. I don't even want to talk about it. But the last person I saw talk about me, I like literally cried for days.
What?
Yeah, she told me I looked like I had electrocuted hair and I like cried for literally like a week and I'm like, why is this affecting me so much? It was literally like a month ago and I couldn't stop crying.
Wait, I'm so sorry. That's
Yeah.
so mean.
I had a lot of postpartum hair loss, but then when I was young, people made fun of me for having like frizzy hair. It was a whole thing. So it hasn't happened in so long that someone made fun of my hair. I'm used to weight. I'm used to acne. And I was like, oh my God, this one like hit. This one hit
Dude,
hard.
that's when it's the most fucked up is if it's something from
Yeah.
like when you were younger that was like something you got the shit bullied out of you for or that you were just insecure about for yourself.
Yeah.
When you're an adult and someone picks on it, you're like, I'm regressing to being 12 right now,
Yeah, that's
and
how I
I'm
felt.
sobbing.
That's how I felt. It's like that and like eating like chicken parm. Like both of those things are like weird things that you wouldn't think. Like people call me fat, people call me other things. And I'm just like, oh, I don't care. But those, I don't know. That was
I'm
like
so sorry.
Yeah. But it's because I like stayed on it for a minute. I saw and I was just like, let me hear what this person has to say because I like the person. Because I was like, oh, I love this person. I talk nice about them all the time. And I was like, oh shit. And then I like,
Dude.
yeah. So I don't like to be in like the drama of it all. But I was just like, damn, that one hurt. That one hurt like hard.
It's just like, again, stop being mean to people on the internet. Like, why
Yeah.
are also? I just feel like we're so above, or we should be commenting on women's appearance.
Yeah.
Aren't we done with that?
And just like in general, like hair, weight, I'm just like, that's it. Like
Right.
that's like there should be. And again, I guess it's like a compliment. Like that's what you're going for. Like if that's the only thing. But
True.
But it's the worst thing to hear as a woman is like your appearance. You're
right, and I feel like it's expected from a man because it's like you're dumb, but
Yeah.
from a woman, you're like.
You know, it sucks. It sucks because I'm so like pro women now. So I'm very, and I know I haven't always been. That's what I'm saying. The karma kind of comes back to me. I'm like, all right, I guess I deserve it. I guess I've talked enough about other people's appearances.
No.
So, you know, it does come back around. So I'm like, okay, I'll take it. That's how I have to look at it. I'm like, it's just another karmatic
You
point.
got thick skin, girl.
Yeah, sometimes. But sometimes I really do. Like, I haven't cried in a long time. And I was like, oh my God, why am I crying? And like last night when I cried over the pasta, I'm like, this is very odd. Usually I'm not like that.
Well, at least
Yeah.
you allow yourself to cry. I feel like sometimes people hold it in too much. If you're gonna cry, and then
Yeah.
keep eating that pasta.
Yeah.
Let's go,
Cry through
bitch.
it, yeah.
Cry. How do you feel about reincarnation? Do you believe in it?
Ooh, I don't know. What do you think?
Didn't I
Maybe.
see something on the internet that people were convinced? What is the theory?
My baby?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I did birth the reincarnation of Queen Elizabeth last year, I guess. Which, you know what, honestly makes me believe it.
Wait, why did people think that?
It was so weird. It was the weirdest. Okay. Literally, someone looked it up. It was the most time I was searched. It was the most searched I've ever been. Was in September 2022, a week before my daughter was born. Like more searched than anything that's ever happened in my life. Any controversial thing.
What?
That was the Google high point, and it was so weird. It was like a week before I gave birth. I said I was like 1 centimeter dilated, which is like normal, and you're gonna give birth in like a week or two.
Right.
But then the queen died the next day, and everyone's like, Trisha just gave birth, and the queen's and I was still very much pregnant. I just didn't have my phone with me. It was so bizarre. Like TMZ was calling my dad, my mom, like everything. It was the weirdest.
Oh my God. You know why you were probably so searched? It's like you kind of like tapped into like you infiltrated the royal family. Like I bet everyone in England was like, wait, who is this bitch? I need to see. Like, is the queenie coming out of that V? Like what the fuck is going on?
The day she died, I'm like trending. I have a screenshot like right underneath her. Like it's so bizarre. I know. When I announced my pregnancy, everyone's like, King Charles, 9 months left. I'm like, no. Don't even start it. No.
Wait,
it's funny now. At the time, I was actually a little traumatized. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Like that, because I didn't even start it. Like I get if I start my own shit, and I was like, no. And I was out of drama. I was so out of drama. I didn't have my podcast. I was like not talking about anyone I was like, oh shit.
We're back.
Yeah.
Not like that bad of drama to be a part of because you're like, oh my God, like I just gave birth to like the new queen.
Yeah.
But that's also going to be such an interesting thing. Like if your daughter Googles herself one day, like not a bad Google search.
Yeah, for sure. Your queen. And she kind of is. She's very like royal, regal. She waves to everybody. She's very that actually. So if I do believe in reincarnation, I do believe that could be, yeah. I don't know how Queen Elizabeth was. I heard maybe she's not a nice person. So maybe she'll be reincarnated as a good person. I don't know. I know nothing about the royal family, but.
Okay, how do you feel about retail therapy?
Oh my God, that's all I do all day, every day. I spend way too much money.
What do you spend your most money on?
Purses. I have so many purses. Yeah, I have too many. I probably have, I don't know, maybe 500 purses. And I sell a lot too. So I have like about 500 purses in my collection.
But you said you never leave your house.
Yeah, I just buy it online. Like 2020, I bought like 6 Birkins that were like $1 million all together. And now I can't sell them. Ugh, I wish I could. I've had so many Birkins that are ugly. And I'm like, oh, I have like a dead ostrich in my closet. And I'm like, I don't want this anymore.
Wait, and you barely leave your house also. So like where do you wear them?
Here. You're like, I love your Prada bag. I'm like, thank you. This is my only shot to wear it.
Oh my God. So like whenever you're going to go do an appearance, you'll wear it. But other than that, it just sits in the closet.
But my closet's beautiful. It's like sparkles and shine. It makes me really happy. Like they actually just make me happy to look at them. I used to like never wear my purses out. Like I just love to look at them.
Look at them. What's your favorite one?
I have the Paris Hilton Birkin, like the pink one with the Swarovskis on it. It's the same retailer that got the Privy Porter. Shout out Privy Porter. She made Paris's bag and then she made mine and I love it. But when you get the aftermarket crystals, they go down in value so much. So I wouldn't suggest that. I bought a $50,000 rainbow Birkin and no one even wants it. I can't even give it away for like $8,000. So yeah, so don't do aftermarket. But I love my pink one. I don't like the rainbow one.
Okay, let's talk about sex. Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Libre by Yves Saint Laurent. Daddy Gang, Mother's Day is officially approaching, and there is nothing I love more than finding something unique and special for my mom that she will absolutely love. Lori, shout out. Moms do so much for us and wear so many hats. They deserve a fragrance that can keep them feeling confident and beautiful every step of the way. The YSL Libre fragrances make the perfect Mother's Day gift, Daddy Gang. The new Libre New has a fresh citrus floral scent and notes of green, mandarin, bergamot, orange blossom, and lavender, which are ideal now that we're in the spring season, okay? Plus, it's long-lasting, alcohol-free, and it comes in radiant jewel-like white bottle that will look stunning on your mom's bathroom countertop. And if your mom likes a deeper, muskier scent, there's the iconic original Libre Eau de Parfum with warm, sultry notes of vanilla, orange blossom, and lavender. It'll leave people asking your mom what she's wearing everywhere she goes. And then she'll get the chance to brag about you a bit too, okay? The YSL Libre L'Eau New has truly become my signature scent, and every time I see my mom, she compliments me on it. I cannot wait to give her her own bottle and be like, here you go, Lori. Now we can smell the same, okay? Also, while I'm at it, I'm going to pick up a YSL original Libre Eau de Parfum for myself too. It's the best of both worlds. I need to restock, okay? Wearing a good YSL fragrance just makes me feel clean, classy, and put together, even if I'm in a pair of, sweats. Also, I found that the L'Eau New leaves my skin radiant and glowing, so it's a must-wear for any date night with Matt. You're welcome, Matthew. I'm obsessed with the YSL fragrance. They just constantly elevate every moment of my day, and I'm so excited to share them with my mom this spring. Shop Libre by Yves Saint Laurent at Sephora this Mother's Day. Okay, let's talk about sex.
Okay.
I think that you obviously exude confidence, and I know you have kind of like lately in this interview talked about just like your relationship to men has evolved. But to women that are like, Trisha, how the fuck do we get confident in the bedroom? Like, what personally would you say makes you feel the most confident in your sex life?
Oof. You know what it is? I always say this to everyone is like, guys really don't care if they're like with you at that point where they're like undressing you, like they don't care. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Guys just, they kind of get what they get. You know what I mean? They just are excited to be with you. And I've never been insecure in that way because I've like hooked and I've been with like 500 guys. Like I mean, maybe that made me more confident weirdly, but I've just never had any like complaints. And I used to have like uneven boobs. I mean, like back when I was like a hugger, I mean, I didn't shower for like 5 days and they would be fine with it. So I think guys are just kind of nasty and they'll just take what they get. So don't feel bad. If you're hygienic, I think that's a plus.
If you put on deodorant that day, girls,
They're
you're
fine.
winning.
Yeah.
You're good.
Just do a little wash.
It's such a good point. Men are like kind of disgusting.
Yeah.
And so I feel like sometimes like we're in our own heads about like, oh my God, do I need to do this? No, you don't need to do shit.
No.
Show up.
I've been with all types, and I think like in like I've been saying like, oh, I've been like on the streets or whatever, but I also been with like, you know, some WWE wrestlers that like prefer a big girl, you know what I mean, and they like love it and they can't get enough of it, you know what I mean. So I think there's just like types, and some people love a skinny girl, but they're not gonna go to bed with you if they want a skinny girl. Whoever's like in bed with you like wants you. So I don't know, I've never had any complaints. Like I said, I've had like my boobs have been uneven, I've looked crazy so many times. Like, guys just don't care, and I think as long as you're not, I don't know. I've never been self-conscious about that. I don't know why.
No, I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think that's why I know people want to hear from you on it, because I think you're right of like, we are in our own heads so much more than men are. Like if you're right, if he's in the room with you and wanting to have sex with you, there you
Done.
go.
Yeah, that's it. They're not going to be like, no, thank you. I've
Right.
never had anybody like, oh, no. You know what I mean?
Love
Ever.
Love
Yeah.
that. Exactly. Like you got a vagina, they're going to
Oh, yeah. Guys are very easy that way. So I always feel bad when girls get like self-conscious or something like that. I'm like, guys want you.
Yeah. Like I've had girls write in being like, oh my God, like I'm insecure about my labia or with the way it looks. I'm like, don't be.
Oh, right.
Don't be.
Yeah.
Men don't give a fuck.
And people love all types. They love the outies, the innies, the in-betweenies. They love all of it.
Exactly. Like who cares? How old were you when you had your first orgasm?
Oh my God, like 32.
I love that you say that though,
Yeah.
because I think so many women, even if they would lie about it, like I bet a lot of women feel that same way. Like of course we didn't have orgasms at such a young age.
Yeah, I don't know how people do.
Men don't know how to fucking please us.
Guys don't care about it.
Did you give it yourself or did you get it from a guy?
Oh, the first time was with a threesome. It was like in a threesome. They had one of those. I call them hibachis. They're not hibachi. Are they Hitachi?
Hitachi.
Yeah.
Mr. Hitachi's.
Yes. That like changed my life for real. That was like, I was in like this like throuple and they used it on me and I was like, oh my God. That was when I was like, I didn't know if I was peeing or what. I was like, everything was going everywhere. It was insane.
Oh my God.
So that was like the first time where I knew what it was supposed to feel like. And that's why I was like, holy shit. Like that was like explosive. So
wait, that's so funny because Bridget and Holly, when they came on, Bridget was the one that talked about it. She was like with Hef, like obviously we weren't getting off. So we would have these Mr. Hitachis and she taught me about it. And now, okay, so this
they're
Mr.
amazing.
Hitachi.
They're so good. Yeah. And so that was like the thing where I was like, oh, that's what, even when I did OnlyFans, like all my squirting ones are with that because it's just like, it's just so intense. Like if you don't know how to do it or whatever, because I'm like, how does that even happen or you're scared to? It like forces you to. I mean, with your consent.
Wait, right.
Yeah.
It forces
It doesn't,
you,
like,
but
force
you're the
you in a
one
bad
pressing
way.
the button. Like you're
Yeah.
consenting.
But it's like you don't even have a choice because it's so much pressure and you're just like, well, this is going to happen.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Wait, that's so
It's
interesting.
amazing. So if you have like trouble orgasming or you don't know how it's supposed to feel, like highly recommend going on like the big setting of those.
And just get it going.
Yeah.
Wait, when you say you were in a throuple, was it for just sexual or were you actually in a relationship with a couple?
It kind of was just sexual, but they did come to my birthday party. I think she's done like videos about me. I think she did an interview. It was about someone. It was like my first like throuple relation. They were gorge. Oh my God. She was like hot, you know, fake implants. He was like gorge, 6-pack anesthesiologist. Like they were really gorge. And yeah, I think it was just like my Tinder year. I think that was 2019, but it was, it was great. I don't know. I think I was just like so curious about everything.
How do you even get involved in that? Like, did you meet her or him
Tinder.
first?
I met him on Tinder. Yeah. And then he's like, this is my girl. They show right away, like, this is my girlfriend. I was like, oh, well, this could be exciting. You know what I mean? And it was actually really, really fun. Yeah. And
how do those things end?
it was fine. Honestly, I think, what was that one?
What was that one?
I know. I'm trying to think. I was dating a lot of people at the time. I was like dating so many people. So I think I was just like not like looking to date. I think they wanted to date. And I was kind of like not looking for that.
Yeah, like 3 people in a relationship is tough.
Oh, I don't know how they do that. Yeah, but they
Right?
did that all the time with people. And I think they wanted to bring someone in like to date.
Wow.
And I don't know if, I think for me, I was like, oh, how am I going to introduce like my parents, like my mom, you know, I'm really close with, and not that she's like not judgmental, but I don't think she would get it. Like, this is my boyfriend and girlfriend. I don't know.
Okay, no, I get that. You're like, hi, this is my couple.
Yeah.
And I'm the third.
It's still bizarre. Yeah. I see it on TikTok and I think more power to people, but I'm always like, it's still bizarre to me.
I get that.
Maybe it'll get more normalized.
So the Mr. Hitachi,
Yeah.
what are your top 3 like sex toys in the bedroom that you would recommend? So one is Mr. Hitachi. What are another
That's
2?
That's the first. I think that's pretty much it. I've been liking plugs lately, which I normally don't love like an anal thing, but I just think they look really pretty and it just feels more pressurized. And I've been really into like that lately.
I agree.
It's great. I think like try out plugs and I think it kind of just like, I don't know, it just feels good. If it's not anything else, just gives you like a little more added pressure.
I completely agree.
I've never had like a gangbang, but I'm assuming that's what it feels like, right? You like all your holes filled. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I don't know what a gangbang is.
I love you.
imagine. Not to say I want all my holes filled, by the way. I usually prefer just sex. Like, we do vanilla sex, but I love it. Like, it's like my fave. I don't need two things filled me up. You know what I mean?
So the plug can just be like there.
It's fun. It's fun for like an added like bonus. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm kind of just vanilla actually. When it comes to like sex, I kind of just like love to have sex with just as is.
I like that.
Yeah, but yeah.
If you have advice for someone, like how do you approach your partner if you want to try a new thing in the bedroom?
I don't know. I guess just be honest. Yeah. Although, you know, I've had people ask me to do some weird stuff and I'm like, that's weird. Right. So I don't know. I'm like the last person to ask about this kind of thing.
Right. Like try to read the room.
Maybe, yeah. Like know your partner. Yeah. Like if he asked me to do something freaky, I might like look at him kind of weird. I don't know.
Right. Like I'm done. I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah. I've had people like ask me to like hang upside down and like weird stuff. I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, I guess that's like a thing with like swings. I'm just not.
Hang upside down. Right. Like how would they fuck you if you're hanging upside down?
Yeah. It's like the swing and you're like upside down. And I guess I don't know. I didn't do it because I'm like, that looks so dangerous. It was like high up and
just like get a headache.
Yeah. I don't like it. I don't like anything that involves like hurting, blood, any of that stuff. Like people always want to like slice you open and stuff. And I'm like, no, thank you.
Have you had someone ask?
Yes.
Trisha,
multiple times.
They want to slice you open.
Yeah.
Are you fucking Army Hammer?
Like a fish. Like yes. Not him. Oh, someone close. Actually, when that came out, I was like, wait. And then I was like, oh no, it's someone who kind of looks like him.
No way.
Yeah. I think celebrities can be like the freakiest, especially like those kind of celebrities that are like D-list, you know? They're kind of like freaky.
You know Tom Sandoval's cutting them up. Like,
whoa. Sure,
so you've had people literally be like, they want to, what do? They just want to cut you or drink your blood?
Yeah. Just drink the blood and also just like slice you like on your stomach a little bit because they say it's like has fat there so you can't die, like you can't bleed out. I don't know. I've had a couple people say it. Yeah.
And what do you say?
No, absolutely not. I can't do that. I don't know.
Do you proceed to have sex with them or do you just leave immediately?
Leave immediately. Okay. No, leave immediately. The one that wanted me to hang upside down, I guess I stayed with. He kind of looked like Marilyn Manson a little bit. He kind of had like those vibes. So I was into that for a second. I'm like, oh yeah, this is my person. But yeah, I just said I like couldn't do it, like physically couldn't do it.
You're funny. This is hilarious.
It's so funny you can talk about this because I feel like no podcast talk about sex. So
oh my God.
Oh yeah, you're on Spotify, so it doesn't matter. You're not demonetized on YouTube. I'm like, YouTube, they can't say anything.
Oh
so
no, I'm like, let's talk about everything.
Yeah, no, that's great. It's so funny.
What do you think for advice for someone who wants to lose their anal V card? Like, give us the advice, Trisha.
Oh, I guess take some poppers, loosen it up a little bit because that's the only thing I could think of.
Right. But do you even enjoy it?
No. I mean, like I said, I love the plug recently, but I don't love like anal
penetration
because you know what it is. I just eat so much food, and you're not supposed to eat a lot before. Like girls that do OnlyFans, you're supposed to like clean it out. Guys too. All my gay friends, like, yeah, you can't eat before.
And you're like,
so I was like, yeah, that's the only time we have sex is like after we eat. So I was like, well, I don't want to open my butt after we eat.
Right. Like I want my nuggets and I want my pasta.
Exactly. Oh my God, could you imagine having anal after lasagna? No. I don't know if I could imagine that. Just involuntary everything.
I'm dead.
I'm a bad like anal. I'm not an anal queen, that's for sure. But try it. Maybe start with a finger or something. A
little pinky.
See if you like it. Some people really love it. I don't know.
I get it. I think the pinky is a good way to start.
Yeah,
you're right.
Right.
I'm loving your advice.
Okay.
So the Daddy Gang wrote in some scenarios that they're going through right now. There's drama in their life.
Okay.
And you're not a part of drama right now, Trisha. You're clean, you're free, you're like, ooh,
yes.
But now we need to read their drama and help them with their drama. Okay. So someone wrote in and said, my brother's messages linked to my laptop, and I just found out that he and my best friend have been seeing each other behind my back. I'm so traumatized from seeing these texts and pictures. There are so many messages of them talking about how I'll react if I find out, but it's so hot that they're sneaking around. Lately, when she comes over, it seems like she's there for my brother, and the two of them actively leave me out. How do I confront them about the situation, and do I bring up the fact that I saw their nudes?
No, you're the sister. Like, what? Why do you care? Stop. That's weird. What is she going to say? I saw your nudes, brother. You're hooking up with a girl that's not me? How dare you? Like, what? That's the weirdest question I've ever heard. That's right. If it's your brother, you can be like, oh my God, what? Like, it's so weird. It's like Lannister status over there. Just like, my brother's fucking someone else. I don't like it. It's weird.
I'm dying. I get what you're saying. Like, first of all, no, girl, you're not telling your brother, like, I saw that dick pic. Like, that shit's big. Like,
yeah, that's more on you. I would immediately stop looking at messages. You keep looking at them like a weirdo.
I understand the side of, like, your friends lying to you. Like, you would like to know, like, is she going behind your back? Maybe just address it with your friend of, like, hey, I get you're hooking up with my brother. Can't you just be honest so it's not awkward?
But maybe they're not, like, serious yet. Maybe they're not, like, maybe they're just hooking up. Maybe they want to keep it. Like, why do you have to tell everyone in your business? Be like, oh, yeah, we're actually having sex if that's okay with you. Not quite dating. We'll let you know when it happens. Like, it's weird. I don't know.
Trisha, this is where friendship gets a little
complicated. I don't have friends, so I don't know.
I'm dead.
Don't listen to me on that one.
No. I think you're right about the brother thing. Like, don't fucking tell him, like, I saw your nudes. Like, leave the brother out.
Right.
I think you could go up to your friend and be like, listen, I don't care what you and my brother are doing, but, like, I don't want to constantly be sitting in the room and feeling like you guys are, like, keeping things from me. So just, let's be open with it. You guys are fucking fabulous. Let's move on.
Okay.
Like,
you want to know? Okay. I don't think I'd want to know. I'd be like, just, it's fine. Don't tell me. Like, if you're having sex with my brother, I don't think I need to know. I think I'm good.
But if it was your best friend?
I guess I don't know that situation. So, yeah. I guess, maybe.
No, you're right.
I still don't think I want to know. I don't even want to know my brother has sex with his wife. Like, I just don't want to know any of it. I'm good.
I actually kind of agree. Whenever I think about my brother having sex, I'm like, no, he doesn't.
Oh, no. I don't want to know any of those details. Don't tell me.
Yeah, so girl, just let it go. Go have sex.
Go. Yeah. Just let them do what they're doing. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and you go date.
Yeah.
Make yourself busy.
That might be, find something else to do.
Maybe she needs to get laid.
I think that's it. Where it's just like, if you're that concerned about your brother's sex life and if they're telling you or not, like, I don't know.
Move on.
I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying, too. So.
Okay, next one. I have a group of 6 girlfriends, and we've all been close since high school. Recently, a new girl has been introduced to the group. She hasn't done anything actively wrong, and nobody seems to have an issue with her. But something about this girl just fucking annoys me.
Oh, my God.
One day...
She's a hater.
She's a hater.
Get you out of the group.
One day, I had 5 glasses of wine too many and decided I was going to say something. So I messaged her from a fake Instagram account.
Oh, my God.
I said, stop leeching onto other people's friend groups. It's sad.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Ruthless.
Yeah.
It's
why I don't have friends. That's so scary. Oh, my God.
She said... It's sad and pathetic. They obviously don't want you around and they all feel too bad to tell you the truth, so I will.
Oh my God. That girl sounds crazy. And I know you don't use that word lightly.
No, that's insane.
Yeah.
She found out it was me by the email linked to the account and told all of our friends. Now I'm basically booted from the group. What should I do?
Oh my God. Well, good. At least she was booted. At least she got some repercussions.
Dude, that's insane.
That's crazy. This is why I don't want girlfriends. Like, that's so nuts.
I just think, first of all, if you're going to use a fake account, I've learned, make a new fucking email, bitch.
Go to the library, get a different IP address. Don't let it be traced.
Literally, dude, never. If you are stalking people on your fake, don't ever let them know it's you.
No.
Second of all, what is this girl doing that's so triggering that you felt the need to message her?
From a fake account.
Girl,
Say no one likes you.
Do you ever go on your fake account? Do you have a fake account?
I don't have a fake account.
Oh, have you ever had
a lot
yeah,
to make a whole new account?
It's a lot.
No, I don't. I've never had a fake account. I've always just looked from my account, but I really just don't look period anymore. I used to look and like find out what everyone's doing, and it's honestly life is so much better when I don't look for real.
Trisha,
Yeah.
I used to have one. I would say a year and a half ago I deactivated mine, and I've felt lighter. I felt happier. I've just felt like, why am I stalking an ex? Why am I like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Or even if I like saw something online, I'm like, why am I on a fake account? If I don't want people to know I'm looking at it, then just maybe I shouldn't be looking at it.
That's how I feel too. That's how I feel. Like, that feels weirder when you go on like incognito and stuff like that. It feels like you're doing something wrong.
I think that the moral of the story is everybody delete your fake accounts. You don't need to have a fake account.
It feels better. I know how addicting it is because I was so addicted to like Reddit, looking up everybody. I have like, oh, how many views is this person getting now? Like, I get it, but it's like so time consuming, so energy draining. And like the minute I did, like, I stopped in August of this year actually. And like, I honestly, like, good things have come, like just like fortune has come, income has, like everything has come, like for real. I'm like, wow. So I just didn't go back to it because like good energy was coming in. I was like, maybe there's something to this. So I was like, let me just stop putting like any sort of bad energy out there.
There has to be something to it because I also think like you're right. Oh my God. I think I read the last time I read Reddit, I think now it's like
around 2 years ago that I
Wow.
stopped. And like, I remember I was so consumed by it because you're
Me too.
constantly trying to be like, okay, these people think this about me. So then all of a sudden you're like in a video or an episode trying to like appease them.
Yes.
And when you stop giving, also when I look at it, I'm like, there's like 200 people.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, we're really like shaking it up here. Like, why am I listening to 200 people? If
Yeah.
you have like hundreds of thousands to millions of views on something,
Yeah.
obviously there's people that like what you're doing. So keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
And don't give them like energy.
It feels so much better. And honestly, like, I really feel like there's no, I mean, maybe because I just don't see it, but I'm like, oh, I feel like the hate's gone. My Reddits did get taken down. Like, no one can start new Reddits on me. It's like really weird.
Really?
Yeah. We did this like documentary on it. We like called Reddit, all this stuff like that. And like, there's no more Reddits. Mine had like 40,000 people. And now there's like no more. And it's wonderful. So shout out Reddit. I don't know what they did, but anyone who tries to make a new one on me, they take down right away. So
Wait, that's amazing.
yeah, there's no Trisha Paytas Snark Reddit. So they were like crazy. Like I was during my pregnancy, they were like harassing like my doctors, and they were like my baby's like hospital, and like they were just like they were being nuts. They were putting my baby's like image out there, like photoshopping weird things with her. So I think they had to take it down because it was like actually
That's
just
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that like we did this whole thing about it this year because I was like, okay, what's gonna? And then now that it's down, it's just like it's great, and I don't see hate anymore. So I don't know,
Dude, I swear to God, the only place that is there's like main hate is on Reddit. And if you get that rid of your life, you're like,
I know. I have no hate anymore. It's wonderful. I was like, no one hates me.
no one hates me.
That's how I feel in my head, and I still feel that way.
Live that way, girl.
Yeah.
Let it live that
I feel
way.
like it's like perpetuated itself. Like I feel like it manifested itself. Like I feel like so many people like me now, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe because I stopped looking at hate.
Done.
Now more people like me.
Done.
So, yeah.
Let's
Okay.
do one not friendship.
Okay. Because all these friendship ones, I'm like, I don't know.
How about this? My boyfriend and I have been having ongoing conversations about getting engaged and planning to do that next year. But lately, something has been really weighing on my conscience. My question is, do I tell him that I gave his best friend the Gluck 9000 blowjob on the trip that the two of us met before obviously we had feelings for each other? We see this friend quite often, and I'm worried that my boyfriend will feel uncomfortable if he knows that I sucked his friend's dick.
Oh my God.
Should I come clean, or is this something that you take to the grave?
Oh my. Wait, did you trademark Gluck?
I did.
I love that.
So
So
good.
like when people say it, you like get money? I love that. That's so smart. I remember that was such a big thing. Like I really do. I just remember like, wow, it was crazy.
It's great. It's a great thing.
Oh my God, so smart. You trademarked it.
The devil hand twist. Yes. Gluck 9000.
You think about the sex toy. That's that.
I know.
Because it sounds like a machine anyway.
It kind of does. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Where it feels like you're like, anyways. I don't know.
That's tough.
I feel like you need to tell them. Otherwise, it's like fraud or something.
I agree. And God forbid, like one night, like something happens. Like if you're married and he finds out you never told him, that it could like literally end a marriage.
Yeah,
That you're
I
like,
guess tell them.
just tell him.
Yeah, that's
And
sticky.
it was also, you guys didn't have feelings for each other at the time.
Right.
Just
yeah.
let
it
it
says
go.
a lot about how he reacts too. Like if he's upset about it, then like maybe that's not the one for you.
Right, like-
and if he's like, okay, it was before we met, whatever.
Right, like,
you want
be
an
mature.
understanding guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you a jealous person?
I used to be so oh my God, I was so jealous. Like at the beginning of our relationship, I was so jealous, all this stuff. And I had his passwords, go through his DMs every day. Like I was super jealous, but now not at all. Like I don't really
Now
care.
you're fine. Now you're fine.
I think so, but he's so good. Like he gives me no reason to be jealous. Like even if like girls, like girls that like me want a picture with him like in public, he just says like no because he just like doesn't want that out there. I'm fine with it. I'm like literally whatever, but he's very that, so he never gives me a reason to be jealous. But
That's the type of man you need in your life.
for sure, because I am a jealous. I was always very jealous, and everyone, yeah. How
I
about
get it.
you?
I think I used to be jealous, but because it was coming from a place of insecurity of like,
think that's what it is,
I
yeah.
had gotten cheated on before. So then I'm like, oh my God, like you must be doing it too. And so like when you're just not in like healthy relationships, the toxicity, you can't help but be kind of paranoid, which turns into jealousy where you're like, oh my God, like I don't want you out and I don't want you doing this. And then you're just like the worst version of yourself.
Yeah, I think that's like the worst, like jealousy. And we're together 24/7, so I think that helps too. I'm just like, we're never apart. So yeah, we're like codependent in that, or I'm codependent that way. So I don't know. But I never, of course now I'm like never jealous. And he's like definitely not jealous. Like I'll say like, oh my God, the weekend's so hot or whatever. And he's like never gets jealous. He's just
like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, literally. I was like, he's the first one I texted when I got a DM from him. I'm like, the weekend just DM me.
He's like, yes, babe.
Oh, yeah. He's like, what are you going to text back? Like, he was so excited.
If the weekend wanted to have a threesome with you guys, would you do it?
Oh, I would. I don't think my husband would. That would be like the dream come true.
I think he's got to do it and just like suck it up. Okay,
Poor
do it for
Moses.
Trisha.
He's like, no. I probably wouldn't because I love him. I love my husband so much. But because threesomes do get sticky. Like anyone who wants a threesome, and anytime I've had a threesome, I feel like it just like ends in disaster.
It does, right?
Unless, I don't know. I feel like with my husband of all people, like I know I couldn't with another girl. I'd be so fucking jealous. But I think with a guy, I don't think he would. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Even with a guy, I'd feel like kind of weird.
I don't think I would with Matt either. I'm like, it's just too
with another girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think
it's
so.
too much.
See, especially if they have sex with a girl. Like sometimes they don't have sex with the other person, but I'd be livid.
I would be literally in the bed like this.
Yeah, how people
pissed.
Oh, the throuple I was in, she like loved watching it. They got off. I was just like, this is, and I think that's amazing. Like I like being the third, but like I don't know,
being the main that's bringing in the third.
Yeah,
you got to be a strong bitch.
No, I don't know how people do it. I think
weak.
That's a different person.
I'm weak.
It's definitely a different breed, which I'm like, more power to you. But I'm just like,
I completely agree.
It's crazy.
Okay, I have 2 more questions for you.
I like these.
What is the biggest misconception people have about you? We're done with the questions from the
Oh,
audience.
okay.
No,
I
you're
like talking about
here
other
we go.
people's drama. I was like,
you're like, put me in.
Right.
Yeah, what is the biggest misconception you think people have about you?
I think you know what it is. I think it's just that I've had like bad intentions. I think people think I was like I'm a bad person, which I think is like the worst part because through all of it, like I've never really had bad intentions to like hurt anyone ever. And I think that's like the worst part of it because I'm like truly at like my core, I've never like hated anybody, like anything. It's really comes from a place of either like wanting attention, being miserable, or being just like completely ignorant. Yeah. So I like hate that people have like this, oh, she's a horrible person. I see that all the time and I get why people say it, but it's just like, oh, that sucks because it's like I've truly never been. But I know I like made that bed, so like, you know, it is what it is. So I think that's the worst, is like I never like had bad intentions. No, there was never malice behind it. I never wanted to like ruin someone's life.
Totally. I also think just even from this interview, I hope it gives people more clarity too, because I feel like I have seen so much of you online, but I think this interview, like we really kind of went from start to finish and it shows your growth of like where you came from, like the decisions you made, like the headspace you were in. And like, of course, I'm not saying it was like right, but it's like people grow and people change. And the fact that you're even able to also like take accountability. And I also love how you're like, but I also get it. And like, I'm not asking, like, I think that's also a really mature way to look at it. Like, there are just some people that will never look at you or me and like change their opinion if they hate us. That's okay. Yeah. But you clearly know like you're a good person and you did all of that in a place of whether it was, like you said, like jealousy or insecurity or just being in a bad place. Like, that happens. And I think it's obviously we have a social footprint that some people don't have that, but everyone said dumb shit in their life that can be hurtful or taken the wrong way. It doesn't always mean it's coming from like a bad intentioned place where you're trying to like actually hurt someone. I was never that, and I wasn't even diagnosed with borderline until I was 31 or something. So I was like, I had undiagnosed like mental illness for like a really long time too. And again, like that doesn't like excuse it, but there like explains more, because I was like, wow, I really can't control myself. And then I was like, oh, this is like why. And now I can like work on like, now I know how to like control myself and breathe and all that stuff. Do you feel better now when you're going into like doing your podcast? Do you feel like you now have a better handle on like what you're going to say and what you're not going to say, as if maybe in the other days you'd be like, I'm just going to spew all this shit and whatever? Oh yeah, I definitely just like take into consideration people's feelings and that like people will see it and people do like get hurt by it, you know what I mean? I know like Charlie D'Amelio just did Jay Shetty's podcast. She's like, yeah, people were like really mean to me and like really affected me, and I was like spiraling, and I was like, but you know, hopefully they change. They have a baby now. I'm like, oh my god, was she talking about me? Because I was like, and it was like I was so like I was so aggressive for no reason, and so like just you don't think like people will see it and stuff. So now I just really come at a place where I'm just like, I really try to again find the silver lining, try to find like the optimisticness and everything, you know. It's of course fun to like gossip and stuff, but I always feel like, again, if it's something like not nice or someone could hear that would make them feel bad, I'm like, it's better just to like, you know, gossip with your husband or something. I was about to say, literally just do it not online. Every human being gossips. Everyone wants drama is interesting to us as humans. Just don't put it on the internet. Especially if it's like not nice, if you're like being mean, and that's like, I never even like make fun of someone's looks. That to me is always like weird. I mean, there's so many other things to say about people out there, and I'm like, it's just weird when people like attack their looks. Well, that's just like the lowest form of like someone coming at someone who's like, you're such like, that's just such a weak low blow of like, and then you obviously have to be like, well, what's wrong with that person that they're going at someone's looks? No, for sure. If like my husband started like making fun of like a girl, I'd be like, you're fucking weird. And like I feel that way too. I'm like, it's just a weird thing. Just so it's like there's so many other things to like gossip and make fun of and just, you know, make light of or whatever. But totally. For those of who may not know, Trisha attempted to win a Guinness World Record for her speed reading skills. Oh my god! I love how the two of us, like, I have to actively try to talk slower. Talk so like fast. I can talk so fast. I'm like, oh my god, Trisha, I'm so happy you're here. Like, I'm so excited to go try that. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, so fast, and I'm like, slow down.
I didn't think that about you. Like, I did not think of you as like this like really fast talker because you're
When
so
I'm having
like
fun.
poised and like put together. Okay.
When I'm having fun with someone, which I am right now, like I feel like we're actually having girl talk. Where
Yeah.
like some interviews, I'm like more doing the interviewing,
Right.
and like I don't want to be a part of the conversation. I want it to be about them.
The
But I feel like
interview, yeah.
our vibe is just like,
Oh, I love like
we're
asking
having
people.
Yeah,
I hate when it's like all about me. Like I love to be like, what about you? Because I need to know where you're coming from.
right.
You know what I
You're
mean?
like, what's going on over there? Are
like,
you
let
judging me, bitch?
Yeah, for
Fuck
sure.
you. No, I feel that. And so, but then because you talk fast, like my best friend Lauren talks so fast that I feel the same way with you, where I'm like, then I'm just going to match your energy.
Oh, yeah.
And then when I do talk fast, people are like,
What? Yeah.
So,
But I feel like people will like it. Like I know I get on comments on my podcast like, "Oh, my ADHD like thanks you," because they just like want to keep going at that.
that's
pace.
actually
Yeah.
such a good point. Like
Yeah.
people can just be like, shut the fuck up, get to the point.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
We're getting
We're
to the
moving
point.
fast. Okay, before you go,
Okay.
can you just speed read this little
Oh,
message
no.
to the daddy gang?
Okay.
You can read through it. It's literally a bunch of like nonsense. It's
Okay.
just like Happy New Year. And
Oh, okay.
like,
I love it.
I just thought it would be funny
Wow.
for you to
Oh
just
my God.
read fast.
Okay.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Luckily, there's no like too big words. Sometimes I get like the Guinness World Records was Hamlet's soliloquy. So it was like to be or not to be. That is the question. Was nobler than mind. It was like this whole like really long thing, and it was like I don't even know the words. They were so hard. All right, here we go. Daddy gang, thank you so much for having me. This has been so much fun. It's 2024. Let's make it the best year ever. It's the year to stop giving a fuck about what other people think and to own our own confidence. It's the year to try new things in the bedroom and finally have that well-deserved orgasm. It's the year of the giving the Gluck 9000 only trademark. If you are also receiving some bomb-ass head in return, take risks, put yourself out there. Don't get too involved with the drama. It's never that deep. Give people second chances. Apologize when you're wrong. Pump that pussy, shake that ass. Follow me where no accounts, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Don't be stingy. Subscribe to my OnlyFans if you're feeling it. Check out my podcast, Just. I love you guys. Thank you for taking the time to get to know me. I hope this isn't the last time we chat. XOXO. Trisha Paytas. XOXO gossip.
Trisha.
I didn't know it was like my outro. I love that. I would have put more umph into it. This is so cute.
Trisha, that was iconic.
Thanks.
Thank you so much for
Thank
coming on
you.
Color Daddy. This was truly so fun.
Yeah, I had a
Thank
great
you.
time. Thank you.
Thank you. Dude.